any audio from any of us. It's probably gonna make me watch a fucking commercial. Yes, it is. Oh, look at that. I care about whatever this is. Probably some Call of Ops Black Duty 4.
Do you not have ad block?
No, I don't have ad block. I turned off that pesky ad block.
Why?
I don't know. Because I'm a nice guy.
I'm sure they'll appreciate those pennies.
Gotta appreciate every shekel. Let's see. Christ.
The fuck is that? Oh, yeah.
I don't know if any audio is coming through or not. Because I think I have this turned down too low.
I'll check.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Who the fuck's playing Sailor Moon? God damn it.
What?
Someone's playing Sailor Moon.
So,
Yes.
yeah, that happens a lot. Oh man, Lord Jimmy Bones is playing Omen of Sorrow.
Here you are.
What?
And your ads are playing through my ad, but what the fuck?
What's going on?
Ad block isn't doing its job is what's going on.
Oh well. Welcome to my world.
No, you turned yours off. Mine's is on, it's just not working for Twitch for some reason.
Ah, they gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'll find a workaround.
That should be my thing. It's just no audio coming through?
No,
Says
you're
something.
loud and clear.
Loud and clear? Okay. Can you hear it
Yep.
on your end?
I'm very loud. Holy shit. I am very loud on your stream.
Should I? Well, actually, I'm away from the microphone. But okay, good. You're very loud. Yeah, for some reason I'm... Oh, because I have that turn... I feel smart. Okay, I figured out what I was doing wrong. I, had that tab on mute. Hence why I couldn't hear the audio. So, I guess I should turn myself up a little bit. That's an unusual situation. There we go. That should do the trick. No, the fires are supposed to be in California, not here.
Oh god, something on fire in your room.
Kinda smells like it. I'm gonna go check, make sure things aren't on fire real quick, like.
You do that.
It seems like a good idea. Keep the... No, I'll start up SoulCalibur 6 so they can appreciate the fantastic intro movie. 1 second, I'm gonna check for fire.
You mean the prologue to the story mode? Okay. What a shit show. Haven't even started yet.
Oh, I think.
I need to check the stream. I'm not
Don't
too
see anything on fire around here.
Appears I'm dropping a bit, so I'll have to fix that somehow.
PS4 isn't even that warm.
Yeah, I have nothing to say. Yet. Since Jill's supposed to be doing the introductions, I'm just gonna sit here quietly, like I always do. What a fantastic fucking way to start this stream. That's a pretty good unit. That's a really good unit. Holy shit. Huh. the hell?
Mm. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Find anything?
Oh, right. Up here. Okay, I'm back. Hi.
Find anything?
No, it was probably just like the dust in the air conditioning or something. Okay, hey! Shao Kusanagi has shown up. That's good. I'm gonna post this on the Tweetar. And then... well, I'll send that to you.
The fuck? What the hell?
What the fuck is... There we go.
What the hell?
All right. So all right, let's finally get this show on the road. Explaining ourselves. So, SoulCalibur 6. It sure is out. And it sure is a game that me and Horseplay seem to be the only people on the planet hating on the friggin' thing. It drives me nuts because this game is a contraction pack of a contraction pack. And that, like, man, I was pissed about SoulCalibur 5 basically being SoulCalibur 4 but with less content, and then this is even more literally SoulCalibur 4 with even more literally less content. Like,
I will argue that SoulCalibur 5 does not have less content than 4.
I will argue the contrary.
Yeah, you like your endings. I get that.
Yes, okay, I really like my endings, especially when you're introducing new characters that, we'd like to know more about and who they are, but you've just decided, no, we're just gonna leave that on the cutting room floor. We don't need that. We don't need to explain who these characters are. I would have taken still images with text. I would have just taken literally fucking anything to explain who the fuck these characters were. But more than that, though, it still had less characters than SoulCalibur 4. Like, they cut out a good 5 or 6 different fighting styles and only added 2 new ones in.
Oh, let's see.
We lost Talim, Zasalamel, Sung Mina, Yun and Huang.
Yun and Huang are one character.
I'm counting them as one character.
Good.
And then Talim, Zasalamel, and then yeah, I guess the rest are sort of half characters with Rock and
Rock doesn't count.
Rock doesn't count. Amy
Astaroth has completely replaced Rock.
Yeah,
like he's just stuck around for, I don't know. I guess somebody on the team liked him.
And then yeah, you know, same thing with Amy, which I just realized. Yo, that's one of the fun things about this game. I was thinking about it. This game is missing a character from every single entry in the Soul series. Like every single entry.
God damn, you're right.
Yeah, okay, so for Soul Edge 1.0, it's missing Rock. Soul Edge 2.0, it's missing Huang. SoulCalibur, it's missing Lizard Man. SoulCalibur 2, it's missing what's her face? Sophia's Cassandra. And then technically Yun Sung, I guess. Was he introduced in 2?
He was introduced in 2.
Okay. And then for 3, it's missing Setsuka. For 3 Arcade, it's missing Amy, because I just remembered that was the big thing with 3 Arcade, was that they like made Amy into a proper character.
Amy, Huang, and Li Long make their comeback.
Li Long made his comeback. Yeah. So this is also missing Li Long, but I understand why that doesn't count. And then from
fuck off. If you can say Li Long doesn't count, then fucking
Lizard Man doesn't count, right?
Yeah.
But it's the only reason I'm saying Li Long doesn't count is because he hasn't been seen since Edge. It's like, okay, him getting cut's kinda normal.
He was in 3. and his moveset was very reminiscent of Soul Edge. It's fucking sick.
Okay, so fine. Li Long's glorious return in 3 was deep done. And then from 4, we're of course missing Hilda, and then from 4 Portable, was that when they that was when they introduced what's that
Dampierre.
Dampierre, yes! I keep wanting to call him Daracine, which I know is wrong. I knew it's something with a D. And then from 5, of course, we're missing fucking everybody. But that's to be expected. I don't blame them on the 5 stuff.
I honestly like Patroclus as a character. His moveset's fine, even though it's half finished.
Yeah, and I would love it if Natsu came back.
You sure?
As long as they redo her character model.
Sure, it's fine.
You know what? Here's the thing. I was thinking about it. I'm like, what?
I don't even hate Natsu, because I think you could totally have Natsu and she has the more crazy magic bullshit that Taki has in this game. I don't like it. Yeah,
I was also thinking about those characters. It's like, you know what? Not like this is a reboot anyway, and if anything needs an actual reboot, it's the characters from 5 or a boot
of
in
a time skip.
It's a reboot of a time skip. We need to fix lost my train of thought. I was gonna say we need to really reboot the characters from SoulCalibur 5. It's like, no, they don't need a reboot. They just need a boot in the first place because they were barely introduced. But I'm like, you know what? Natsu would make so much more sense if she was a time traveler. She could still be Taki's student. It would explain so much.
Well, the thing's that Patroclus is the time traveler. Natsu's just Naruto.
Why is Patroclus a time traveler?
Because Amy can time travel. Can make other people time travel. Because of her...
Oh, right. He actually time traveled in the story. No, I meant, like, Natsu being literally from, like, the year 2003 and falling into a time portal for some reason, probably involving...
Did you play Evil Zone recently?
Not recently, but I was thinking about it. It's sitting right over there. Why do you ask?
What's that ninja girl in Evil Zone?
There is no ninja girl in...
You know exactly what I'm talking about. With the pink leotard.
Oh, Errol!
Yeah. Is that why you like Natsu?
No, I like Natsu because she's a gal. She's flagrantly a gal. She has...
Isn't Earl a gal? No, that's the wrestler girl.
As in Gyaru, as in my first girlfriend is a gal. Yeah, she has the hairstyle and the blonde hair and the pink sparkly nail polish that I will never ever get over because it's amazing. And you mentioned in some early images she had cell phone charms on her kunai, and it's like, that would make so much more sense if she just time traveled from like the year 2003, wound up in ancient Japan, got saved by Taki, and became her student.
Well, the SoulCalibur series was never historically accurate. There's a lot of fucking
Yes, I know, because goodness knows what's his face, Pale always complains about the girls having push-up bras. Those haven't been invented yet. But it's sort of a running joke at this point. But
sure.
But yeah, what was that? But like, even still, it's like, oh, it would make so much more sense if Natsu just time traveled from the future for reasons. It would involve the fox or whatever. And then for Jiba, you could fix Jiba by just making him adopted.
Yeah.
Just say Shiba is adopted.
Sure.
Kilik just found him in the woods, and you don't have to say it, but you could imply that he's, a descendant of the Monkey King, because I'm not going to get over the fact that they keep trying to make him a freaking Wukong, but he's not. They
could have just given him the stab moveset from 3, and because it's literally just Wukong.
Exactly, and that's what I want.
Changes shape and shit. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, give him the extendable staff. Give him goofy moves. Have him, balance on his...
moves too. It's fucking weird because like Shiba has more work put into him than most of the other newcomers in that game.
Almost like he was supposed to be the main character or something, and then they chose to focus on Patroclus, like an idiot.
Probably. I mean, Keelik was the main character in SoulCalibur 1. So.
Exactly! Because I still feel like the main character crew for SoulCalibur 5 should have been Shiba, Leisha, Natsu, and Maxi. Because that makes sense. That's like most of the new characters. They were traveling in a group. They're not gigantic assholes, unlike Patroclus.
I like that Patroclus is an asshole.
You made a good argument for Patroclus being an asshole. Because I hated him, because he is a complete asshole. He's utterly... They tried to give him a redemption arc, but they forgot to redeem him. But then...
Well, the problem is that the main thing that they seemingly forgot about the Soul Swords is that you become obsessed with them, whether it's Soul Edge or SoulCalibur. When you embark on your quest to find the swords, they slowly start to take over you, even if you don't physically wield the swords.
Gotcha. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So Patroclus could easily, because he's looking for, he wants he wants vengeance on Tira for kidnapping Pyrrha. So he's looking for the swords, and he's very stupid and easily manipulated.
Yes.
Which is part of his character.
Yes.
And he is serving Nightmare. Don't forget that. He is unwillingly serving Nightmare, who is trying to find a new host for the swords anyway. And Patroclus just happens to be a candidate because Pyrrha is a candidate. And the fact that Pyrrha Omega is not called Nightmare is such a fucking... makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, and she really could have used to be more nightmareful too.
Yeah, that'd be nice too. But like, once you have the Soul Edge, you become Nightmare. Not necessarily physically with the blue armor and shit, because that's just Siegfried, but you become your own version of Nightmare. But that doesn't happen.
You know, I should really play more Cervantes the more I think about it.
He's always good.
Yeah, I just thought of that because it's like, you know, my favorite character in this, one of my favorite characters in the series is Inferno, and, you know, I should play Nightmare, but fucking everyone plays Nightmare, so, you know, Cervantes.
Nightmare is also always good.
Nightmare is all, Nightmare,
where he was bad.
Nightmare is so always good that I'm fucking sick of him. That's the problem. Like, I literally feel bad. By the way, while we're hate fucking, I want us all to take a moment to appreciate.
We haven't even started.
We haven't even started on this one. No, this is as much a podcast as it is a game stream. So I want us all to appreciate this stage select and all 11 stages. 2 of which are just taken from SoulCalibur 5. Okay,
that's not entirely fair. They're not strictly copied and pasted, because I did play a bit of SoulCalibur 5.
Okay, before. you did some side by side. You could see through the blur.
Yeah, I can see through the blur. There was a lot of work put into those stages. They are not exactly the same, but I would like to say that I do see the similarities. I do think that some textures have been reused, but the blur does make that hard to tell. Because I forgot SoulCalibur 5 also has a fucking blur on it.
Yeah, a really terrible blur, which, you could just go into the .ini and turn off on PC, and that's how I realized it was the same stage. Because Max was playing the game on PC and turned off the blur, and I'm like, man, this stage looks kind of bad. It's like way sharper than the other stages. It kind of look, wait a second, this is a stage from SoulCalibur 5. And it didn't look particularly good in 5 either.
5 didn't. I'm not gonna say 5 didn't look good.
Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This lump right here is a good example of where this stage looks bad.
The plant, the foliage and shit.
The way the ground looks, you can see the definite, like, you can see how the leaves are just textured on the ground, and then there's that clear divide right where the ground is. And I know I'm being nitpicky on that, but that makes it look very, SoulCalibur 5-ish. I'm just saying. It kind of looks like
it does look like SoulCalibur 5 because I keep talking about the hair in this fucking game, and
I know what you mean now. You know what? I'm exiting out and I'm showing everyone the hair because I was trying to make someone blonde and I got bananas. I got Banana Ken, and I'm like, oh, this is what he's talking about. Okay, so the character creation items in this game, with the exception of the ones for the new characters, are pretty much just copy-pasted.
Yeah, anything that's not that the regular roster is not wearing is just taken from 5 and 4. And for hairstyles, it is extremely obvious. And pick a male character because it's the easiest to.
Well, you can see it on the pigtails here, just the way the texture looks.
Well, yeah, but one of the most obvious example is Keelik's hair in between games.
Oh, right, because they have both his old hair and his new hair in here. Okay.
Yeah.
Original character creation. So, all right, let's actually make a male character, and then body hair. So, Keelik's old hair is
wild short.
Wild short. Oh, there it is.
All right, and then look for wild tail.
There's wild tail. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you can tell, like it's taken directly from SoulCalibur 5, but they did something with it, and I don't know what, because it looks so much worse than it does in SoulCalibur 5.
Man, I wish I would have actually hooked up the 360 first so I could just switch between them. Yeah, let's try to make you.
It might be the filter, honestly.
That doesn't look anywhere near as bad as those pigtails I was looking at earlier. Because the pigtail, you could not get a good blonde on those pigtails.
The color saturation in this game is also different because it's way more than any of the previous games. It's very weird. Just give me a color wheel, Jesus Christ. Because I'm trying to figure out what changed. Because
there we go. That one looks a little bit bad. The wild short. Yeah, that's starting to have that effect.
Yeah.
More than the wild tail when I make it yellow, when I try to get a good blonde going on.
What I think they did is they just upped.
No, you go.
I think they just like upped the saturation on it and put like a blur on the textures and just put it in there. Cause the hair looks a lot chunkier.
Thank you, Jade Con.
And it's like pixelated when you zoom in all the way and look at it. Between the two, like the hair from 4 is a lot sharper. You notice that?
I was looking at Wild Tail Loose. Where's Wild Tail Regular?
No, when you go back to Wild Short and you zoom in all the way, like the hair's pixelated. Like specifically when you look at the bangs. But when you go to Wild Tail, like it's a lot cleaner. Like you see it?
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
To anyone watching, I don't know if you can really tell in the video, but yeah. Like when you look at the bangs, the part right over his eye, you go back to Wild Short and it's a lot jaggier. Like it actually looks like the hair itself is a lower resolution. That is weird.
And that's consistent with like all of the hair from 4. Yeah.
That's an interesting hairstyle.
Yeah, all the hair pulled taken from 5 and 4 have this just have all these Jackies in them. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. Let's see here. I just realized I haven't made a fighter. So I guess Bad Boy Grunge will be the best I can do there. Eyebrows. I should probably just keep those eyebrows. But how do those... I think I'm going to go with that. Let's see.
Yeah, the glowy hair. Sure. I'm tempted to make us Y. I could totally make us Y with Crow's moveset.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. They're pretty much exactly the same character.
I can't even hear what's going on. I'll have to touch this up later.
You can turn the music off from the start menu.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so this...
Sure.
Get fucking red! Wait, what the fuck? Oh, no. Oh, no. No!
Yeah.
No! No!
Yeah.
No! Come on!
The hair glows, so you can't have extreme colors on it because it'll probably blind somebody.
Just make it not white! I just want to have solid red hair!
You can't?
You can't, apparently! Apparently, fuck you, Jell!
Not for this style, you can't.
Not for this hairstyle! Fuck you, Jell! Fuck you, you want to make a fighter? No! No, go back to SoulCalibur 3 with your fighters! Fucking assholes. Okay, fine. There was another hairstyle I could work with. Where'd the bad boy go? Fuck this shit. Okay, so noble medium. That'd be like... It is a good hairstyle, but no. It's need...
We're trying to make Final Fantasy 1 fighter or something?
Damn right I am! Maybe I should make male human as well, the hero we all need.
Do you have enough guns?
Yeah. That's true. Actually, no, what I need is the chainsaw, which, oh man! I just found out the best thing about male human that makes him like 10 times more badass. So, okay, you know how in his picture, on the Japanese cover of Final Fantasy Legend 1, you know, he is standing there with his wrist-mounted chainsaw pointed straight at the camera, right?
Yeah.
I just found out there's a bug in the game. The end boss of the game is the creator. It's God. And it turns out there's a bug where if you use the chainsaw on God, you instantly kill him. So, male human knows what's up. He's got the God-slaying chainsaw. That is just the most wonderful thing. And it's no good. That just looks like shit. There's no good. I guess the best spiky hair is to just swipe Keelix.
Yeah, because they don't have the actual spiky hair because we're saving that for long.
Oh yeah, it would be Huang's hair, wouldn't it?
Well, technically it's Young's hair, but I guess... I don't know. The fact that neither of them are in there means the Huang has to show up.
Yeah, didn't you say Huang shows up in story mode as,
Yeah.
And he has a unique model?
Yes, but he has a unique model, but it is also very clearly a CAS model.
Ah.
Because, like, other characters like fucking Amy also show up in story mode, but they have a true unique model.
Of course.
No, but, like, yeah, it's his clothes, and he has his big dumb headband, and he has the green shirt that are not CAS in this game. So, yeah, he's gonna show up as a playable character. The biggest thing is that he fights in the game. He has fight scenes, but you can't see them. And that's that's a consistent for like every character that is implied to have a fight scene that you don't control. Like this character's gonna be doing. Aeon has one. Lizardman has one. Edgemaster has one. So
Aeon himself shows up.
He's the Lizardman chief.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think Zasamel implies that it's also Aeon. Somebody implied that the Lizardman chief is just straight up Aeon. I'll have to double check.
No, you don't need nipple blades. We're good on that.
I am excited about 2B.
I am the most excited about 2B. You know, as much I love Nier, but yeah, whatever. I ain't even mad. You know, maybe I am mad.
I'm too tired to be mad anymore.
You are too hot and too tired to continue.
No, I can continue. I can do this all fucking night, but like, it's just become. I'm not angry anymore. It's just bitterness, just cold bitterness.
Yeah, I guess. Fine, we'll use Yoshimitsu's then. Fucking assholes. So wait, what's the Mangu Curious look like? It looks like a pile of crap. Okay. White Knight breastplate? Maybe a little overdone there.
Everything's overdone. You want to make a simple character, you need to work for it.
Yeah. Okay, so what did I want to do for shoulder pads? This is the most important part. I do believe it was the White Knight shoulders. Yes!
Yes. You do love your big stupid shoulder pads.
I love my big stupid shoulder pads. That's what makes you a hero.
I thought it was the cloak that made a hero. A cloak and a headband.
Man, that's actually a good argument. You know, the funny thing is, there's an anime where a main character constantly brings that up. It's called, I think it's called Lost Galaxy. And yeah, it's from pretty much the team that did Slayers, and the main dude Yeah, the main dude wears a cape, and people constantly give him crap about his cape, and he's like, "But the cape's awesome, it makes me cool." It's like, this guy's great. Okay, so let's see, what can we do for... We'll probably just give you some redemption fall, yeah.
Oh boy, okay. So where do you want to start?
Oh, that's all. You do whatever.
Well, I don't want to talk about Huang anymore. I'm just gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be SoulCalibur. Like, if it's SoulCalibur 3 Hong, I'll accept that. It's fine. It's a pretty good moveset, but it's not. It's gonna be like 1 mixed with bits of Yeon Song from 2 and stuff.
Yeah, we already saw what he looks like.
I'm talking about his moveset.
Oh, moveset. Okay, I was gonna say, yeah. The way he looks is certainly 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of 1 and it's a bit of 3. Even though he should be looking like Soul Blade Huang, but you know, whatever. Well, no, because it is a bit of SoulCalibur 1. But I don't get Seungmin's design. It's like it's like I get it. It's a combination of like her PlayStation exclusive Soul Blade outfit and like bits of her regular outfit from Soul Blade and like a teeny bit of SoulCalibur in 1. It's like it doesn't work. They took the worst parts of those 3 outfits and gave her this shit.
I like it when you take off the top thing, but then she's pretty much just running around in a bikini.
Yeah, that's fine. The dumb shawl thing should have been like a coat item or like a neck item. It should not be a shirt item. I'm just
right. So, hi chat room, who all is here? Shadow Kusanagi's still here. That says we've got 4 viewers. Maybe, possibly more. Maybe everyone is just quiet. Either that or there's like some kind of bug and I just can't see their chat. Let me see.
No. There's the only person that talked was Shadow Kusanagi. That
only person that talked. I actually... Okay, the stream's... Oh, now it says I have 5 viewers. But, yeah. Supposedly there's 7 people watching. But one of them is a positivity bot, so maybe he's just a bot.
Well, one of them is me. So.
Even still. Okay, so... where were we?
Should we just start on character design?
I feel like character design is the least of this game's problems.
Indeed, it is. But the rest of it has to involve gameplay, and that has to be shown firsthand.
Well, that is why we're streaming this. You keep doing. You keep complaining about the.
I'll set up
everything else while I finish up this character.
Okay. Well, none of the characters.
They're just red. We're good.
None of the characters are on screen, so I guess I can talk about that. Okay. So.
Oh my goodness, I think we actually are good. Fuck coloring anything else. It's a fighter. Okay. He's red. I'm done.
Go all the way to the bottom. If you want to break the red pants, just go to the bottom.
No, I don't want red pants. Black pants are good. You gotta have some color other than red. I almost want to cover up the eyes with some stickers, but whatever, fine. He's got nipple eyes. It's cool. Body. Let's tweak his body a little bit. Yeah, he's slightly tall male, whatever.
Okay. All right. So. God, why do I even start? Okay, so this is a reboot of SoulCalibur 1.
Mm-hmm.
Can someone kindly explain to me why is Talim here? Why is Tira here? Why is Zaslamel here? Who the fuck is Grom? Why does he look reminiscent of Algol, despite never having been previously mentioned? Why is Ivy not being... Okay. So Ivy is a villain in SoulCalibur. But she becomes a hero in SoulCalibur 2 onwards. In this game, she's supposed to be under mind control for Soul Edge because she has a shard of Soul Edge, which Nightmare uses to mind control her, basically. In this game, she's being persuaded by a demon ghost that lives in her sword, and she chooses to follow Nightmare.
What?
But not really, because she doesn't like killing people.
Okay, I'm cool with her sword getting more play, because her sword is supposed to be alive because it has a shard of Soul Edge in it. And what the fuck? I never noticed this about the back of this outfit. Okay, fine. So your armor's just broken already. Good job, fighter.
Well, Yoshi.
You know what? It's a fighter. It's a fighter. Maybe I should just give him Maxie's moveset.
Okay. Yeah, Yoshimitsu has that hole in the back for...
I completely missed that. And oh my goodness.
I think it's for the...
Oh my goodness. They're sword chucks. Yeah. We did it, fam. We have the move. We have the move set. It's a fighter. We good. Finish editing.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, I forgot to give him a name. Mikhail. No, you're the fighter. At least this is the worst part. I still enjoy this game a lot of the times, even though I know I'm getting fucked.
It looks like a shitty redesign of Simon Belmondo. But yeah, no, the sword chucks are totally a thing. Li Long had them, and Maxie gets them in later games to reference Li Long, so it's fun. That's a bit of fun. They have fun with the weapons, even though this game has the smallest weapon selection of every SoulCalibur game, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
It's either that or it's tied with Soul Edge. Well, Soul Blade.
No, I think Soul Blade probably... No, Soul Blade definitely had more.
Did it?
Oh yeah, because of the Edgemaster mode.
Well, no, because I mean, if you took, I think every character had like 8 weapons in Soul Blade. And
Yeah,
I think
something like that.
Yeah, I think every character has like 8 weapons. It's either 8 or 9.
It was like there was a variant that reflected each other fighter.
No, every character had just straight up 8 weapons. But
Okay.
they had special effects and shit. They had like game-altering stats.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, styles. 8 weapons, yeah. Some characters have 7, which makes me 7. Yeah, most characters have 7 weapons. So yeah, this is less than Soul Blade. Holy shit!
We're probably not going to get a chance to see Lizard Knight, so we'll put Lizard Knight in there. I'll fight Lizard Knight.
Like, shh. Like, fuck, what's going on? I'm trying to find out why some characters have 8 weapons and why some have 7. Like, Xianghua gets, like, SoulCalibur as her 8th weapon. Like, the true version of SoulCalibur, so that's fine. But it implies that other characters also have unlockable weapons. Especially since now Siegfried and Nightmare share weapons. And that never happened before, I don't think. Like, they swap weapons in between games, but, like, in the same game, they have, like, 1, 2, 3? 2 weapons that are shared between them. It's like, that's never happened before, so that's weird.
I don't think I've ever used Maxi. I have no clue what I'm doing. But sword chucks, yo!
Just press buttons.
On it! Perfect!
Yeah.
There goes his backstory. that is one thing I approve of from Max's stream there. Calling their armor backstory.
What backstory?
Because people put all this time and effort into their character, and then it breaks off, and it's like, no, they lost their backstory.
Yeah, no, I get it. I was making a joke about what backstory because it's all gone now. Yeah, the clothing destruction thing is still back in there, which I hate. It was only ever good in 4. Because, you know, the characters had custom models for their outfits, so instead of shit disappearing, it would be actually broken and shit would fly around on the stage, because, hell yeah, there's your shoulder pads just on the floor. It was a gameplay mechanic. You took more damage if you got hit with it. I think it was like...
Okay! I do kind of like how that went down, though. Somehow, my Lizard Knight managed to break off my chest armor, but not my pauldrons. So now I'm just shirtless with giant shoulder pads and a big old scarf.
Yeah, because pauldrons, that's technically like... Okay, it's separated in 3 parts. It's
right.
Yeah, it's like head and shoulders, up the torso and the legs. That's what it is. So yeah, if your shirt breaks off, you still keep your fucking shoulder pads for some reason.
At least it works in this case.
You sure? It's stupid.
A lot of this game is stupid.
Yeah, but not the fun stupid that I enjoy.
Yeah, little specks of fun stupid.
Yeah, but it's... Yeah, it's
but mired in a lot of other stupid that's driving us both nuts. Okay, let's make a room, and
I will make a room.
You will make a room. And let me go see how the... Oh wow, we haven't dropped any frames. Is it still streaming?
Yeah, you're still streaming.
Okay, good, because they're giving me a PlayStation ad instead, because fuck you, Jill, enjoy advertisements on your own game stream. Yo, one of the things that drives me fucking nuts is, that there's no good single-player way to get soul points.
Beating arcade mode? What?
I was gonna say, beating arcade mode gets you 100 soul points. What, different difficulty levels get you more points?
The higher difficulty, the higher difficulty and the higher rank you get will increase your soul points. Playing through Libra of Souls, because money is kind of useless after a certain point, and you can just exchange your gold for soul points.
Yeah. Yeah, I admit I've barely played any of either of the single-player modes, because I'm just like, I want more customization parts. What do I do to get them?
If you beat all the story modes for every character in the big map thing, you get soul points for every clear, and I think by the end of it you get, actually I don't fucking know, but you get like, I think...
Right, if you put in enough work, they'll give you a pile of soul points, but I was just like, how do I just get some soul points? It seems like just playing online is the fastest and easiest way to just do it now.
You get 50 per game.
Yeah.
Even if you lose.
Even if I lose. I know, I lose a lot.
I also lose a lot, but... I think this game's online is worse than 5.
I could see that. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. Really just I was being a little sad about the fact that it doesn't have 5's kind of cool but basic lobbies. Like, 5 had really nice lobbies.
Yeah?
Yeah, remember where you had...
No, I had... Oh, you mean the Global Coliseum thing? That thing?
Yeah!
Oh, yeah, that thing that no one used after a month.
But a lot of people used it. Anyway, I think you really need to see this character. I love him.
Might as well get this one out of the way.
I made a,
Yeah, I see.
I made a lizard man anime hero.
I noticed. Complete with the goggles.
Complete with the goggles! I originally made him for the Soul Adventure thing. And I was like, oh my god, this is the best character. I love it.
It's weird you can't transfer your character from one to the other.
I know! I had to remake him. And then I realized I could give him a better voice, and I love it. Like, whoever did the, like, young, adventurous knight voice, I swear voiced a Ninja Turtle at one point.
Probably.
That is the silk shirt. Wow. The silk shirt looks worse. I'm disappointed. That's what I'm saving up for, but, yeah, that does not have the silk effect on it anymore.
Was it silk?
Yeah! It had this very particular shiny effect on it in SoulCalibur 4 and 5. Or at the very least 4.
I'll double check, because I don't remember that.
Oh, I very much remember that. It was like the entire reason I equipped it. I was like, oh my goodness, it's so shiny and nice looking. Oh no, my backstory.
Yeah, you can roll out of that.
Did a flaming version of that move.
Yeah, if you hold the... You just want me to teach you how to play this character.
Oh, I would if I cared.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's the problem. It's like, that's gonna be an issue for my review, I know, is the fact that I don't actually know a lot about how this game works, because, oh my goodness, the move hit somehow.
I wasn't paying attention.
It came out faster than I expected.
That's because if you just press it, yeah, you can do that. If you hold it, it becomes a guard break. But it takes longer to charge. And then you have that. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, smell my armpits.
The most powerful single move in the game is fucking wind cannon shit.
Yeah.
You have to press it twice. Yeah, go ahead, fuck it. No, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh,
I'm surprised I'm not dead.
That move is pretty ridiculous.
You hit that 3 times and the game's over. Straight up.
Yeah, wow, that is a third of a meter, yeah.
Yeah, it is I'm pretty sure it's the most damaging single move in the game that regular
isn't on
has.
Soul Edge.
that isn't on Inferno.
Yep. Oh, hey, yeah, you could show Inferno, couldn't you?
Yeah. Oh god, you want to see this shit?
Of course I want to see Inferno. I like Inferno. right now, that is one of the things I most like about this game, is the fact that Inferno is actually Inferno and not just random weapon character. Oh yes, Dan fan, we adore this game. It's the besterest.
I like things about it. I just don't like the game.
I love the way you said that.
Well, yeah.
I feel the same way.
Ooh, I cannot play Inferno.
Aww.
Maybe there was a setting at the time.
Maybe. Oh well. More creative character hijinks.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like Tekken, I guess. Like, I like a lot of things about Tekken, but I hate playing it. Yeah, fuck it.
Let's do this.
And I need to just stop picking Shrine of Eurydice, because I will just pick that every fucking time.
I do pick it. I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's the thing. Every time I play this game, I just pick Shrine of Eurydice. It's the best stage with the best song.
Yeah. Because it's a SoulCalibur 1 song.
Yep.
The only only memorable song in this entire game.
I am well aware that there's no online play for Inferno, Jade Kami. I was just hoping that since we were in a user match between two people, that it would allow it there.
It should.
It's casuals.
It's a player match. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. It's the most casual of casuals. Now you remember how to play this character. There we go. That's my move.
So I want you to just do reversal edge and hit me with it.
Okay.
Okay,
Now,
so that's like what? 30%
I was like,
bar.
I was like, yeah. What do you want me to do with it?
I just wanted to see how much meter you gain. I'm just doing it raw, and you gain like 30% bar.
Raw versal edge.
Yeah. Reversal edge is the single worst mechanic I've seen in a fighting game in a long fucking time.
How about you tell us why you hate reversal edge? Because I was arguing that for quite a while with Jade Kami, and I'm like, I barely know anything about reversal edge. I can't talk about this, but I know you hate it.
It completely invalidates mix-ups. If I'm just pressing buttons, which honestly you shouldn't do in a fighting game because you get fucked for it. It just represents. Okay, so I'm a intermediate player at best. I'm not a pro level. But I do like papercraft that I call. It's just theory crafting and shit. So basically, reversal edge. You do this, and it blocks any hit except lows. But lows in this game generally aren't good unless it's the one good low your character has, like that. So
I feel like Talim's got some good lows.
I don't know. She has the low from her Wind Fury that's really good. She has her Wind Salt A.
This move. Isn't that move a low? Or is that
That's
a mid?
mid. That's
Oh,
mid.
well, fuck that then. Because that's my favorite move, because then it sets up to ba-da-doo.
Yep, those
I
are
love
all
that
good.
move.
It's a good move. You can do it back turn too. If you do the twirl beforehand. Go back turn. Or whatever, I'll pick Solomon. And then you press B plus K to do the I'll just...
Yeah, is there a way to back turn other than this?
Yeah, you have down B, you have 4BA.
Oh! Well, that makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
And, Jade Kami just messaged me to say that he thinks 3K is good.
3K. For Talon?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. It didn't seem all that good when I used it.
Let's see, hold on.
I'll pick
Room
Talon.
menu. Let's see, preferred side, any player status, no setting. Actually, you go to room menu.
Room menu. Preferred side.
Oh, he meant 1K.
Yeah, 1K is good. 1K is pretty.
Well, the games where half the time is spent with the game is spent in character editor. All the time is spent in character editor. I don't play this fucking game. I just make characters, even though the character editor is a downgrade from 5.
It honestly depends on how much you like making characters. I enjoy it more than the actual game. because the game is trash. But I do like making outfits in this game. I begrudgingly look forward to whatever bullshit DLC will be in it.
Yeah.
I already paid for the season pass, so I'm committed to the mistake. So.
Committed to the... I like that. Yeah, that's actually a thing we should probably discuss, is the whole custom character size thing. Because apparently, like...
The thing that's been in here since
5?
SoulCalibur 3? You couldn't change character size. You know, you could change character sizes in 5, but in 3, there was a default. There was a character creator size, but for extreme characters like Talim or Astaroth,
yeah, it would scale them down, so it has been a problem since 3. Also, that is a great outfit. I cannot believe how great you made those pants look.
Just put a gradient. Gradients make everything better.
Gradients do make everything better, I can confirm that.
So you have 2B, 3A, 4BA.
But yeah, someone was mentioning, like, I thought that it wouldn't be an issue because, okay, there's 5 different sizes, and clearly that's the 5 different sizes of characters in the game, but no. Apparently, Talim is actually smaller than the smallest size. And of course, Astaroth is larger than the largest size.
Really? I didn't notice that.
Neither did I, but I... Yeah, it was in the... Someone mentioned it in the comments. Because people... I saw a video where someone was where people were talking about how to solve this problem of the custom character sizes. And someone was like, well, then just lock them... Make it so that way you can only play them online if you pick them the same size as the default characters. Someone said, then you wouldn't be able to play any Talim customs online because she's smaller than the smallest. And I'm like, that's interesting. That is a problem, but yes, it's a problem that's been here for a while. I have to say there is only one good solution for that problem, and that is and I need to say this very clearly, filter. It needs to be a fight custom characters, yes or no. Not banning them from ranked, not making it a separate pool. If you make it a separate pool, you split your player base, game is dead. You ban them from ranked, 75% of your players will leave. People love their custom characters. I love the custom characters. In fact, if I could, I would fight only custom characters because it's my favorite thing. But... Oh, time's almost up.
Yeah, we're just talking here.
we are just talking here.
No, filter is acceptable. I'll accept that.
Yeah, filter is one that I'd be like, yeah, I'm fine with that. Literally anything else will break the game. Like, it will cause so many people to quit. I know Eris would be like, well, they didn't matter anyway. Well, Eris is a fucking idiot. Fuck him.
Well, Eris just bitches about shit. That's what he does. That's
right.
His random...
But that is one of the things I love, is the fact that no one complained about this problem until Eris made it a thing, and now it's like the big controversy for the game, and that's why it's Soul Casual 5.
Sick. Woo!
Woohoo!
I want to say I remember people talking about this in 5, but it was nowhere as bad as it is now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I am sure, with all the people that played 5, at least 1 or 2 of them had to bring up that this was an issue. But yeah, like, now it's like, oh, well, this is a problem, but I'm sure Namco will fix it. And I'm like, it's been here since at least 5, and they tell you it on the character creator. It is an intentional feature.
Well, the thing about 5 is that people generally didn't like 5, but people like this game. So it's seen as a bigger problem.
People fucking loved 5 at launch.
I am willing to believe that. Yeah. I don't know.
I mostly say that because I spent so much time arguing with people about the problems with SoulCalibur 5, and they just kept defending it, and I kept saying it's a contraction pack, and they were like, you're an idiot, SoulCalibur 4 sucks, and I'm like, I'd rather play 4. I'm probably one of the only people that actually, no, I know I'm not.
No, you're not one of the only people that play 4, but I remember people after like 5 came out saying this game fucking sucks, and went back to play 4, and they were like, 4 is not good. Like a lot of people tried to play 4 after 5 and they're like, oh shit, this game's worse than I thought it was. And it is.
Yeah.
The movement is terrible. There's an unfinished thing.
Yeah, I'll bring out an unfinished thing too. My current experiment in butt.
I see.
I have to find a way to make a character with the largest butt.
Well,
this is important to me.
You could if you had PC. Honestly, the way you do that is you scale back the top half and make it smaller to emphasize how large the bottom half is.
Well, you just take a look at this because this is huge.
Yeah.
Because how things are scaled depends on what default body size you choose. I can actually make that butt a bit larger, but then she gets way too deformed. So I'm like, yep, no, this is about max size for butts. So, it's just I can't wear any clothing because her ass clips through it.
And her head's so small, too.
Her head is all small, but I'm okay with that. And that's part of why she's named Candy, because one of the, like, I realized she was starting to look like Candy from Bust a Groove Dance Summit 2001, who is also very thick.
Sure.
Hence why I was doing the thing with the blonde hair and the pink and bright friggin' blue and the numbers on her chest and shit. But I'm like, yo, I
thought
really
that was
need...
just because you like doing that.
Yeah, no, it was based loosely on Candy, and then I'm like, you know what, I need to get the silk shirt before I can do anything else. Because Candy really just wears, like, a small t-shirt and jeans, but the t-shirt has her name written on it in pink and yellow, and the jeans are blue, light blue with lighter blue stripes and pink hearts along the side. They're the best. Friggin' love how effing day glow those characters are.
Yeah, you do like your bright colors.
No, I like bright colors and big butts.
You do indeed.
I do indeed. But yeah, it's like I need to find a way to make this character work because the butt is huge, and I am happy about this. It's so huge. Fucking, yo, little bit larger than Armika proportions here.
A little bit, he says.
A little bit. But in that same zone, that was part of why I decided on those pigtails. I'm like, you start to remind me of Armika. That makes me happy. Yo, maybe I should be giving her Sophicia's moveset.
Sure. Just wait for Cassandra.
Yeah, oh yeah. Please give Cassandra the same super move from 4.
That is not returning. We both know that. Come on.
It's the best.
It's so stupid. It's
the stupid is the best.
It's not coming back.
Exactly.
We all know this. Why the fuck is Talon here?
Talon is here because people like Talon.
People do not like Talon.
I like Talon.
I can count on my hands the number of times I have seen a Talon in 2, 3, 4, and 6 combined.
Well, guess what? That's changing now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Last night, Max was fighting nothing but Talons.
I don't believe you.
Watch the stream archive. He was like, because he hates Talon. So he's like, what the fuck? Why is everyone playing Talon?
Let's begin.
And Jade Kami likes Talon as well. Freaking chatting to me on the PS4.
I like the idea of Talon. I like the idea of her moveset. I don't like her as a character.
Yeah, that's the problem. She started to grow on me with the story mode in this game. But yeah, I don't really like her. I like her design. I like her weapon. I like her
fucking design.
Yeah, she has pigtails and tan skin. It's great.
and mesh pants.
And she had fucking genie pants in, what's that game in, 4?
Or
Which they need to bring back. That is one I will pay money for. Okay, so did you intentionally make Song Mina into a Suikoden 2 character? Okay.
No, I didn't. I tried to make her reminiscent of Huang and Soul Blade.
Oh! I was gonna... Because she... I wanna say she's Nanami now. Okay. I need to double check that one, but I think Nanami, like, looks very similar. I'm not 100% sure. I just look at that and I'm like, oh, that's a Suikoden character.
I cannot fathom living in the universe where Seung Mina is actually good.
Even though she apparently is now?
No, that's what I mean. Seung Mina has never been good.
That surprises me. She's a very popular character. You'd think that,
Well, because Keelik just replaced her.
Right.
But the thing is that Seung Mina continued to stick around as an unlockable character for every game instead of, like, you know, Huang, who just straight up got replaced. Like, I don't know, how these games handle their legacy characters is really fucking weird. Li Long just got dropped. Huang got dropped. Rock and Seung Mina stuck around but got worse with every game. And they attempted to fix them by splitting the move lists. Siegfried continued to stick around. Like, Siegfried's the only one that grew into his own character from Nightmare.
Right, because everyone fucking loves Siegfried.
I guess.
It's got a good fan base.
Sure.
Well, Siegfried and Nightmare.
Well, you know, Nightmare, sure. But I don't remember Siegfried having a lot of fans.
Oh, I do. I very much do.
When did this start? Because it's all about...
SoulCalibur 1! Actually, more closely 2, but also 1.
Yeah, 2. No, 2. Yeah, I understand 2, because that version of Nightmare Siegfried is the best one we've ever gotten.
And it's still kind of in the game.
Yeah, they keep referencing it, but it's nice.
Yeah, you can pretty much bring it back in this one, though.
But he doesn't have the good moveset.
Okay,
That's the problem.
He doesn't have the good moveset. That's true. Hey, this is the one, other than my fighter with the sword chucks, this is the one existing character I made so far. I had to make Godez. The Sinistral of Destruction. He will show you through destruction!
What game is this from?
Lufia Curse of... Well, all the Lufias. All the Lufias except the GBA one. Godez is always the first one you fight. He's a Sinistral of Destruction. And I swear almost every game someone says, this guy likes destruction so much he must have destroyed his own brain. This is based mostly on his Curse of the Sinistral's design, because it looks cool as shit. I very much like the tan on him. I was disappointed I couldn't make him Malfested, because you cannot make tan-skinned Malfested. No, you can't. It's not an option. It is not an option. They got weird with their skin tones. Like, and it's a shame, because, like, if I made the other ones based on the Curse of the Sinistral designs, they would be Malfested, but just not Godez, because he only has a tan. Everyone else, like, suddenly turned Dro for that game.
I don't know what any of that means.
Dro, Dark Elf.
Got
Except, like, the D&D ones that have, like, literal black skin. But yeah, no, Godez, Sinistral of Destruction.
The hell's a Sinistral?
A person who is left-handed, actually. It's a real word.
Okay.
But it's actually a bit of hilarious censorship. In the original game, they were just called evil gods. But Nintendo didn't want them to use the word gods, so they replaced it with either super beings or Sinistrals, depending on the context. You know, if they were talking about them as a race, they were super beings. And if they were talking about specifically the main four, then they're the Sinistrals. And they were all left-handed. If they ever fought you with their right hand, then they were going easy on you. And
oh yeah, because left hand is like
yeah,
some shit.
yeah. There's a backstory behind it, but it's funny because I'm like, okay, so they're villainous lefties. Lufia, I love that game series because I don't think it is the first RPG that was actually funny. The first Lufia game is so generic visually and gameplay-wise, it could be made in RPG Maker with the default sprite set. And it would be more interesting. But the writing in it is simultaneously badly translated and brilliant. There are so many great moments that comes from that unique blend of something that is intentionally funny in Japan, awkwardly translated, and kind of just, I don't know. But yeah, there's a point where Lufia herself gets kidnapped, and after she finds out she was kidnapped, she actually says, "Kidnapping? I won't stand for such nonsense." I understand, Jade Kami, I used to be a lefty too. And now my handwriting is worse because they forced me to be right-handed. So fuck you. I am now random-handed. Depends on the task. I do things with different hands. But yeah, so the Lufia games they have very weird writing, like I said. The other one is the main Sinistral, Daus. Who is either the Sinistral of Terror or Chaos. They really can't decide. He and Amon switch frequently. But Daus has repeatedly said the phrase, "You little hoochies."
Hmm?
Yeah, the heroes are talking about, like, how love will conquer all, and he's just like, "You little hoochies!" And I'm like, what the fuck? Who thought that was a phrase for a villain to use? And I love it. Admittedly, part of the problem here is that I view everything through a very strange lens, so everything is infinitely more hilarious to me.
You don't say.
Like, Cripes, Under the Pale, he looks at Phantasy Star Online as being like an actually really depressing game, and I just find it hilarious. And I explained to him my story about how it was just a plan to get all of the world's dumbest scientists off of planet Motavia, and he's like, fuck, you're right. You have to stop trying to control the weather. You would think after it's blown up 2.5 planets, you'd learn better. But no, we're gonna try to control the weather. Again.
Why, though?
No, like, it at least made sense on Motavia because they had to move there after they blew up their other planet from controlling the weather. But yeah, they do say one of the first things they did when they got to planet Ragol was try to control the weather. They built a weather control center. I'm like, you stupid fuckers. You need to stop doing that. But my favorite thing is actually the backstory behind Dayrole. Scientists were just like, we're gonna genetically engineer a creature. We don't know what we're doing, though. Oh, look at that. It's a little worm thing. Oh, the little worm thing has tentacles that stabs things, and it can suck out their DNA and heal itself and also evolve itself. It's growing at a massive rate. Oh, wow, it can now use its tentacles to inject its own DNA into creatures and mutate them into altered beasts. That's nice.
Are they actually called altered beasts?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is a creature type in Phantasy Star Online. That's
Jesus.
That's what all the creatures in the cave are called. They are A-beasts. Altered beasts. And,
It's pretty good.
It is pretty good. I don't even think they meant that either. But, okay, so... Oh, yeah, this is a lag spike. This is, good.
Yeah.
This is good. This is the best. And as you can... I should actually pay attention when fighting. But I don't care. I'm busy talking about...
No one cares.
No one cares. I'm busy talking about Phantasy Star Online. So, okay. So now they're called Altered Beasts, and oh, that's nice. And apparently, this is actually in the game. When they were moving Dayrole to a new fish tank, they accidentally dropped him and he escaped into the sewer, and their reaction was, it'll be fine. He'll get eaten by the creatures down there. 1 week later, a swarm of altered beasts broke into the lab and killed everyone. Oops.
Stage of history.
But the story, of course, does not end there. Oh no, the story doesn't end there. So, okay. So, you fight Dayrole, you kill him, except, wait a second, he can just heal himself by stabbing things. So, no, you didn't kill him when you beat him in the boss fight. When you go into episode 2, there's a VR simulation of what would happen if Dayrole escaped out into the ocean. To which the scientists say, but that would never happen. And that VR simulation is called Barba Ray, and it is weaker than Dayrole, so it's a crappy simulation regardless. But, after you get through the VR training and you go to Galdeval Island, you find out that half the creatures on Galdeval Island are altered beasts, meaning, yes, Dayrole escaped into the ocean and mutated the creatures there. The final boss of Galdeval Island is the Gal Griffin. And I'm never going to forget this. Giant lizard griffin thing, right? You kick its ass, you fight it, you kick its ass, and then you talk to one of the scientists that says, since we believe it was mutated by that creature from the sewers, we're classifying it as a worm-type monster. Not as an altered beast, as a worm. Griffins are a type of worm now. Did you know that?
No.
Well, they are now! Griffins are a type of worm! And I'm like, these are the worst scientists ever. These are the worst fucking scientists ever. Planet Raggle is now doomed to a war between Dayrole and Dark Falls. And, of course, this is where people would say, well, obviously Dark Falls would infect the altered beasts and would win. But...
Oh, God, I keep forgetting his name is Dark Falls.
Yes.
And not Dark Force.
No, Dark Force is like the higher Dark Falls. And the smaller... And then the lower Dark Falls is a Prophallus. Yes.
Okay.
Dark Falls is a dick. But, but, okay.
SoulCalibur going on in the street.
There's a lot of SoulCalibur. Yeah, no. It's turned from... Fuck SoulCalibur 6. I'm talking about my Phantasy Star Online lore and half fanon. Because here's a fun thing. With Phantasy Star Universe, they got kind of lazy. And I like it.
Phantasy Star Online Fantasy?
Yes, yes. But okay. And for anyone thinking, if you love Dayrole so much, why don't you marry him? I did. I married my character off to Dayrole because he's awesome. But anyway, and then the game, like, ripped that off, and there's actually an NPC in-game who, kinda sorta marries Vol Opt. It's a long story. It's actually Callan. Anyway, getting on with my long story, in Phantasy Star Universe, they eventually implemented Dayrole as a boss fight in, I think it was in the expansion. You could fight Dayrole, and he was a little bit different, but you know, it was supposed to be Dayrole, and people were like, "Hey, where the heck is Dark Falls? Shouldn't we be fighting Dark Falls?" And they put Dark Falls in the game, and they made him a reskin of Dayrole. And I just look at that as like, okay, there's two ways you could take this. This could either be a Dayrole mutated into a Dark Falls, or Dark Falls got mutated by Dayrole. And I obviously choose the latter. I like the idea of Dayrole accidentally being the strongest creature ever, because I like my Cubone one.
Oh, that's pretty good.
What?
The design you put on that outfit.
Yeah, I tried to do this back in SoulCalibur 5 as well, because the problem is, okay, fine, you have this, like, nice latex catsuit outfit, except you can't wear anything with it. You can't do a lot with, like, the whole thing. And it's like, oh, if I use stickers, I could give it an actual design. And, of course, the design is pretty flagrantly inspired by Rain Mikamura's outfit.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
The love interest from G Gundam, the 2 times she actually pilots a Gundam, she wears the skin-tight suit that's all black and pink. Yeah, it only happens twice in the anime, but that's what most of the fan art is of, for obvious reasons. And, like, character figures and stuff. It was a very memorable scene. Because that outfit is fucking fantastic. I actually made her in that outfit in SoulCalibur 5, and it turned out fucking great. I need to hook up my 360. I went out and bought, the day I bought SoulCalibur 6, I also bought SoulCalibur 4 and 5 again so I could do the review. I was gonna get them on PS3 this time, but they didn't have it, and they were super cheap on 360, so it's like, fuck it. Buy them on 360 again. SoulCalibur 4 was like $5. SoulCalibur 5 is like $15. Woo, we good. And at least that means I can access my customs again. I just need to hook up my 360. Should have done that for this stream. Show off my customs in those games. But, whatever.
Yeah, we can do it next time.
We'll do it next time, yeah.
I have like 3 memory cards of characters, so I'm sure I'll have something.
Oh, yeah. Do you even still have an Xbox Live account?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I renewed mine, so I guess we'll make that happen.
I just don't use it.
Neither do I. I let mine expire, but then I renewed it for Rumble Rose's Double X and forgot to unrenew it.
Why? Why?
Because...
You don't need an account to... Oh, yeah, the DLC.
No, not the DLC. Although that's still
save data because
the save data, because you cannot transfer your save data from 360 to Xbox One except through the cloud. And on Xbox One, you cannot save 360 data locally. You can only save it to the cloud.
Really?
Yup.
I remember saving my data locally on 360 for Xbox games.
No, for Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
Xbox One playing 360 games.
Yeah, it saves data locally except when it decides not to work. And my SoulCalibur 2 data got fucking deleted.
That's unfortunate.
I don't mind. I do kind of like going through Weapon Master mode, but it takes a while.
Oh, that's nifty, Edgelord.
Thank you. He's the zombified brother of the guy you just fought. 'Cause lore.
'Cause lore! I feel ya on the lore. I don't know what the heck is up with my... I don't know, time-traveling elf? I don't know what the hell was the deal with the elf. It had goggles and it had latex.
In my defense, I've had these characters since SoulCalibur 4. I just fleshed them out a bit. But yes, he is a...
Yeah, I forget. I only had one lore character back in SoulCalibur 3, and I can't make her anymore anyway.
Can I just do that forever?
Maybe? Okay, good. I got out of it eventually. You should keep doing that. Keep doing that. Okay, I can at the very least, guard impact out, or guard edge reversal out of it. That looks silly.
Yeah. I think we just hold... maybe we should stay on the floor, it won't hit you. Okay, hold guard.
Okay, wait. Okay, holding guard.
So you can get out of the explosion. Well, if you hold guard, the explosion won't hit you anyway. So that move's weird. I don't like it.
This is a thing though. Once you take off that top thing, I think Sungmina has the best outfit in the game, but in a completely unrealistic way. It's like it's just a nice, sexy bikini outfit, and it looks fantastic. And I have to. I have to restrain myself from just putting every character in this outfit.
Hey, I wouldn't blame you. I mean, aesthetically it is pretty nice, but I don't like it because I don't like Sungmina, the outfit that it's based from. That's the problem.
Right.
You remember what it is, right? It's that pink and green, like PlayStation outfit from Soul Blade.
No, I barely remember it.
I'll post it in the chat.
Yeah, my favorite Sungmin outfit is still her SoulCalibur 3 one.
1P or 2P?
I think it's 1P.
Okay, the red one. Like the classic one or the one with pants, the slit pants?
No?
Did she have pants?
I don't think she had pants.
Okay, so it's the one too. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, SoulCalibur 3 is a good one. SoulCalibur 4 grew on me. It's it's like a more mature version of her Soul Edge outfit, and I think that's pretty neat. I like the crop Hanbok. I think it's a good look for her. Okay, let me find this shit.
Yeah, what are we finding?
Oh, shit.
Jade Kami asks, any other issues with SoulCalibur 6 other than Reversal Edge and lore? And the answer is yes, tons.
Yes, but I need to properly explain why Reversal Edge fucking sucks. But I need to find this outfit, that's more important.
Okay.
I can't find a bigger screenshot, but it is this one. I posted it in the chat.
Alright.
And I'll post it here in Skype direct to you.
My foot is not a good mouse pad. Oh, it's so cute. It's all anime. Makes me happy.
It's very anime.
And now I'm sad. Because I remember when SoulCalibur 1 came out, everyone was looking at the art gallery, which had all those super anime-looking pictures. And we're thinking, oh man, I wish they'd make a SoulCalibur anime. And we were also hoping they'd make like a SoulCalibur anime, and then they never did. And now I don't know if I want that. You know what? If they did, I'd still watch it.
He wants me to do what? Explain why Reversal Edge is fucking trash?
Yeah.
Okay, ready up.
Ready up. Any particular character you would like me to do?
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I don't know how to ready up anymore. I have apparently fallen asleep.
Huh.
Let's see. There we go. That was retarded! I had to press start and take myself off of a way.
Weird.
Yeah, if I sit there too long. Okay, so.
I mean, it in a full lobby that kind of makes sense, but
Yeah, it's full
fuck. Yeah, I'll pick this fop. Okay, so nice. Okay, so
for the record, that is her exact.
Yeah, SoulCalibur 2, I know.
No, SoulCalibur 4. That the bra that she's wearing there is like the exact one from SoulCalibur 4, minus the nice silk effect.
Yeah, no, yeah, that is exactly the same as SoulCalibur 4. The bra thing. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say the overall design is SoulCalibur 2, which it very much is.
Yes, I can't be mad about that.
Yeah, it's not right design. Okay, so Reversal Edge, this thing here. Blocks all highs and mids, blocks throws. To my knowledge, it can do Reversal Edge. Okay, do it again.
Okay, doing it again.
Do it again.
Woo, boom.
Okay, it can't be impacted. Alright. I don't remember if it can be impacted. Alright, hold it this time. Yeah, if you hold it, it becomes guard break, which guard breaks now blow up guard impacts, which is a nice change, I think, even if it's kind of weird to get used to. Do it again. So yeah, you can just hold that forever, and it'll just block everything I do.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, it's the dodge button from what's the name of that game? Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, and eventually, if it just goes on long enough, you just do an auto GI that goes into reversal edge. Okay, so, all right. Woo. Okay, so. All right, so next time we do reversal edge, I want you to just, yeah, just mash B.
Smash B, okay.
No, hit me with reversal edge. Yeah, there you go. And now mash B. Okay, clash, and now we do it again. And then you do it again and you win because it was a second trade. So, oh wow, it's slow. Gotta fix that. Okay, so right away, if we clash, why does it start again? If we clash again after that, why do you automatically win? And you get a damage bonus because it was the second round, instead of us both going back to neutral and me taking out a heavy guard break loss or anything. My biggest problem. Oh, the time doesn't show up. All right. All right. Let me do this again. That's 5 seconds. That's one rep, and it took 5 seconds to complete.
I'm noticing something about the colors here that's really bothering me. There's a lot of dithering going on.
On what specifically? Just
all over the place. Maybe it's my TV. Maybe it's a capture device. I don't know, but like your pants are full of dithering. My pants are full of dithering. My shoulder is full of dithering.
Because it's... Well, my pants, I put a texture on it that fades into.
Yeah, so... no, it's not that. It's something about the way the engine is doing the shadows, I think. It's acting like it doesn't have enough colors for this game. It's very interesting.
Weird.
To resolve infinite stalemates and enforce mind games?
How does that resolve infinite stalemates? How does it do that? Enforce mind games, SoulCalibur, well, used to be nothing but mind games. I get that they've been trying to do this since like fucking SoulCalibur 4, to get rid of GI. Guard Impact, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been trying to get rid of that back and forth when you GI since SoulCalibur 4, and there hasn't been a good solution to it. But this is not how you fix that.
So that's what this is all about, is them desperately trying to get rid of Guard Impact Wars?
It's one of them, yeah.
You can't clash forever with Reversal Edge is what I meant.
You cannot, but you can for a long time, and after a certain point, you get an auto GI, which you will go into.
I think he means the rock paper scissors. If we kept choosing the same thing over and over and over again, it's to prevent that from happening. But it's like,
why don't you just go back to neutral then?
Yeah, there you go. Why don't you just go back to neutral?
Why does the player that initiated the reversal edge automatically win the second time for trades again? That's stupid.
The only thing I could say there is because they're the one that actually hit you with the reversal edge, so they should get something for landing that hit.
But the entire point of reversal edge is triggering this RPS mechanic.
Right.
So if it clashes the first time, why does it go again? Why doesn't it just end there? Why does it have to go twice?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't make the game. I don't.
The more you think about it, the more it just falls apart. Like, it is a mechanic that prevents you from playing the game. When you don't want to play the game anymore, just press the reversal edge button.
Yeah, I remember Jade Kami was trying to argue partially that it gives you a breather in particularly tense situations, but I don't know if you should have a breather.
You shouldn't have a breather. If you want a breather, do a throw.
That's a point.
Do a throw, or if you get knocked down, stay on the ground, because there's not a lot of, like, unless you're Astaroth who can do ground throws, most characters can't really fuck you up on the ground. You automatically take less damage. Fuck. Ah. Fucking Soul Edge isn't the new improved comeback mechanic. Soul Charge isn't your breather. Supers aren't a breather since it
Oh
triggers.
yeah, that's right. How do you do Soul Charge again? In case you couldn't tell, I've barely played this game. I just fuck around in the character creator.
I refuse. Okay, do Reversal Edge.
Okay, do Reversal Edge?
Yeah. Yeah, keep doing it. Hold it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, build your bar. Also, look at how much bar you gain. look at how
I gained all the bar. I did not know I could just keep
Yeah, if you Reversal Edge, every attack you block in Reversal Edge gets you a little bit of meter, and when you land it, it gets you like automatically 30%. And because of that, the regular meter gain is so fucking terrible. I refuse to use okay, so what you do is you press back and super button at the same time.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, there you go. Now you're just a better version of your character.
Yep.
I don't know if you get a flat damage increase, but you Brave Edges that were in SoulCalibur 5 are still here, but they're restricted to this mode.
What the heck is a Brave Edge?
EX moves basically.
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
Make your strings better, do more damage, make them more safe. You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah, let me see something. Oh yeah, I don't have meter anymore. There's a way to fix that though. Oh look at that, got meter. Thank you. Okay, so let me go into. I was hoping maybe she'd have an interesting super.
You get
effect.
BKA. You get BKA as a new.
Oh, I want. Okay, it still does that.
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe she'd get a better BBB in super mode. So.
No. Let's see. I know she gets.
BKA.
Yeah, she gets that.
Is that what you meant, BKA?
Yeah, when you see that little surge at my feet, that means that's a move exclusive to Soul Charge.
Interesting.
It gives you more attack strings. Some moves become guard breaks. Generally, you just become a better version of your character, which makes me wonder why isn't this shit just regularly in the game like Brave Edges were in SoulCalibur 5, where you just use a bit of meter to make your attacks better. Because I guess we can't have strategy anymore or something. Fucking hell.
Yeah, looking at that, like, I think that one guy had the best review of it. That was kind of interesting, where it's like he was claiming the combos aren't that long unless you go into super mode, and then that's where your big combos are.
That not true. There are long combos in this game regularly, but you pop Brave Edge to make them longer. Like Brave Edge, fuck. Soul Charge. Soul Charge is basically super mode.
Right?
You do your combo.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm kind of starting to think of it like Hyper Beast from that description.
Yeah, it's basically Hyper Beast, yeah. Except you can just do it whenever you want to. So it's like the bad version of Hyper Beast.
It's like,
Primal Fury.
Yeah. But at least that one cost life.
Yeah, no. Because the thing about it is, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but when you pop Soul Charge, it resets your wall counter. So you know how usually you can only do like if I hit you against the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can only hit you against the wall like twice.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pop Soul Charge, that resets, and I can hit you against the wall another 2 times. But, you know, damage scaling by that point is just shit. So you just do a lot of... Which, honestly, I think would benefit Talon since he has a lot of multi-hitting moves. But I don't know. Talon's weird in this game. Like...
Also, doesn't a number of lethal hits.
Yeah, lethal hits are fatal counters, basically. But they're not always counters. They're like... Under very specific situations, an attack will land that will automatically break armor. You get extra hits done.
Set up longer combos too.
To do your big combos, because that's what SoulCalibur needs: more fucking combos. I can't even be that mad because This is just an extension of what SoulCalibur 5 was, which in and of itself was extension of SoulCalibur 4 and 3 before it, where, yeah, fuck it, just do combos now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I don't fucking know. It's annoying. Because, yeah, there were combos in the old games, but, one, they were shorter because they had to be, because you died really fucking fast. I don't know, I think damage in this game is weird. It's like there's a clear divide between moves that do damage and moves that don't. And it's been that way since, I want to say 4, but I don't know because I haven't played 4 in a long time, but definitely wasn't 5. Like, if you want to do damage, these are the moves that you do. And the general trade-off is the slow moves do the big damage and the fast moves do the small damage, but that isn't entirely true because some fast moves also did fuck off damage in 5. And so on and so forth. I think it's more character dependent at this point. Xianghua's still annoying as fuck, but she also still doesn't do any damage. I don't know, it's weird. Ugh.
So, we never really did get around to looking at too deeply at how the move list compared to other games, but I know a lot of people have mentioned missing stances.
The move lists are smaller than, they are bigger than 5. They are around the same size as 4, but a lot of things have been shifted around. It's more like around SoulCalibur 3 level. Hell, I can argue that the movement is also around SoulCalibur 3 level.
Really?
Yeah, the movement speed. It might be because the stages are bigger, but I don't know. It's comparable. It's more comparable to 5 and 3 than it is to 2. I don't know why people keep bringing up 2, because this game is not that fucking fast.
Because they want to believe.
Because it's the good one.
It is the good one.
It's the third strike of SoulCalibur, I guess.
Is that to be considered a good thing? No, not really.
What, the third strike of SoulCalibur?
No, I think it was more referring to the move lists being around the size of 3 and 4, and movement being like 3. And no, not really. Cause
it's hard to tell because 3 didn't run good.
right.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like,
apparently that was fixed for the European version.
Of course it was.
And Jade Kami says, I personally like the faster movement, but no. Jade, what we're saying is that this game is actually slower than 2. 2 has the fastest movement in the series.
1 has the fastest movement.
Oh. Stand correct.
2 is just also really fast. But 3 is a slight decrease. 4 is a massive decrease.
Yeah, 4 is the slowest.
5 brought it back to around 3. And this one is somewhere, I'd say it's somewhere in between 2 and 3.
Yeah, and you know, the more I think about it, the more annoying this review is going to be. Because I'm thinking about how I'm reviewing this game. And obviously it's going to be a list of all this...
Don't call it a review as a good start.
Well, I already know that the score is going to be Namco owes me $40 out of 5. Because, you know, once I buy $40 worth of DLC, this game will probably be great. After some patches, assuming they don't abandon it. Which, on that note, so I keep getting Eris's fucking YouTube videos popping up on my suggestions, and apparently an old bug from SoulCalibur 5 that they patched out came back for 6. And that amuses me, because I'm just sitting there like, it's almost like a support or something.
Which bug was that?
Apparently, when Astaroth is doing his super, if you're standing close enough to him...
Yeah, you can just walk behind him.
Yeah, you can teleport behind him during the super animation.
Oh, Jesus.
It's back! He's got a video showing it off. He's like, oh yeah, they'll patch that. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, except Astaroth isn't as good as he was in 5. Apparently, Astaroth is actually really bad in this game. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's a thing I haven't done. Shoot. Haven't made an Astaroth waifu.
Yeah, sure.
Because girls with hammers are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunbeam is good, Astaroth is bad. What fucking universe is this?
It's the reboot universe. You know what? I'm gonna be that guy. That guy is that guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's right.
But
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I just got a good idea for a character. I need to make Yzma from Emperor's New Groove with Astaroth's moveset.
Yeah, his design's pretty nice. I like the whole.
That way she can. Yeah, I like the fact that they made a mage character, but yeah, it's like, as a lot of people pointed out, he's
I don't know. I think. Okay, no, we do not go with that. He is not Necro.
I take it that is not the usual balance of SoulCalibur.
Well,
apparently not.
Well, you know, he's more like I don't know. Would you call Algol a mage? Since he summons
good point. He is very Algol-esque, except also goofy.
Yeah.
Actually, oh man, my favorite Algol move was the throne.
Yeah, it was everyone's favorite.
Just whenever I saw that move, I'm like, this doesn't belong in SoulCalibur. This belongs in Darkstalkers. It is the most Darkstalkers-ass move ever. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh shoot, I gotta do my favorite move. Oh, how's it do? I know it's. I have to. That was part of it.
Is it the twirly one?
Yeah.
Just mash A.
No, that's not it. Not that one. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, the break. The
God,
fucking
break
Eddie
dance!
Gordo shit.
The most nonsensical move to have, and the input for it is so stupid. It's no.
I'm pretty sure that.
That's it. It's down, forward kick, forward kick.
That's just from. That's just Eddie Gordo. That's just stolen from Tekken.
Yeah. Woo!
Hey.
Man. Now that's actually, shoot, that is the character I want, because I remember...
You want to hear some shit? That move was also in SoulCalibur 3 with the Grieve Edge moveset.
Oh, wow.
The kick. Yeah.
Maybe they took it from the Grieve Edge and they forgot that they took it from Eddie Gordo.
Valdo kind of has a move like that too, but it's not exactly the same.
Yeah, I'm starting to remember back in SoulCalibur 3, that I had, like, the one character I really cared about was, like, I tried to make a gypsy girl and she used, like, tambourines to fight with. And I don't even remember what moveset had tambourines.
Valdo had a tambourines as a joke moveset too, and the dancer variant in SoulCalibur 3 was based off of Valdo.
It was probably the dancer variant then. And that's what I want back. And it's like, you could do that with chakrams.
Yeah, you could, but that requires work and time and money.
I wish they'd put work and time and money into this game. And now it finally makes fucking sense to me, because of course everyone says, why would Namco sabotage their own game? And it's like, yeah, why can't they just have Tekken and SoulCalibur? Now I finally understand it. Like, even though we've said the pieces to it, only now are the gears finally turning. It's because no one cares about SoulCalibur outside of America, and probably Europe.
Europe, especially France.
The West!
France loves SoulCalibur.
I could see France liking SoulCalibur.
They love SoulCalibur.
But yeah, like, basically the West is the only place that really cares about SoulCalibur. Yeah. Whereas everyone...
Here's the thing, though. I was willing to dismiss it as just them being ignorant about that, but the more time goes on, the more I think it's just malice. I know, never attribute to malice what could be mistaken for stupidity, but this has been going on too long, too consistently, to be stupid.
No, it does make sense. Like, now, because, okay, fine, the West cares about SoulCalibur, the East doesn't.
I don't think it's them hating. I think they just trying to make the games appeal more to Japan, and it's not working because they have Tekken.
Exactly, and that's the problem. Because while only the West cares about SoulCalibur, everyone cares about Tekken. And I know, neither do I. But quote-unquote, everyone enough cares about Tekken. So, if they can just sabotage the Soul series, then they can put all that money into Tekken. Like, they could have made, like, 3 DLC characters with the cost of making SoulCalibur 6.
I would respect Namco more if they just said, fuck this, we don't want any more SoulCalibur games, and just kill the series.
Right, rather than them continuing
just making shitty SoulCalibur games.
And yeah, Jade Kami says, now that is an interesting take on it. Yeah, because only the West cares about this, and the series was supposed to end at 4. Namco outright said 4 was the end of it. And the West got really annoyed by that. We were like, what the fuck do you mean 4 was the end of it? Especially me, because my opinion of 4 was, this is a good start, I can't wait for the next one. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It was a great start. Just take 4, expand on it. Oh, you'd have a great game. You know, you clean up the gameplay, you make it a bit faster. You add more to the character creation, definitely more stages, stuff like that. It's like you could just take this and expand upon it, and 5 could have been amazing. But, yeah, no, Namco had no interest in that. Series was over. It's done. Done. But then the West was like, what the fuck? You just announced 5 Tekkens and no SoulCaliburs? And so, yeah, like, SoulCalibur 5 was made in, like, a year on a shoestring budget and they kept cutting the budget and taking people off the project to work on Idolmaster.
Tekken Revolution, I want to say. I don't remember this.
Yeah. Jade Kami says, that sounds like the way Mega Man X went. And yeah, it was just a weird thing. So people were demanding more, and it wasn't happening. So
I'd also want to point out that the project lead for SoulCalibur 5 was Daishi, whose admitted favorite game is Third Strike, and you can very clearly tell when you play SoulCalibur 5 because it's more linear than it's ever been. You have Just Guard, which is a shitty parry from Third Strike. You got your big supers, you have EX moves, which are Brave Edges. Like, it is very clear that he is trying to turn this game into Third Strike with weapons when you play SoulCalibur 5.
Yeah, that's an interesting take on it. Man. I never got that far in it. I just grinded to level 50 so I could get the latex catsuit, and then I rage quit.
That's sure.
Man,
as soon as I get enough SP to get all the gallery shit, I'm probably never playing this game again.
Yeah, I can't blame you. I mean, unless they do something amazing with the DLC that blows all of our minds, I don't know what it would be.
Well, everyone's scrambling trying to figure out what the 2 characters that won't be guests are going to be.
You mean Lizard Man and Huang?
Lizard Man, Huang, Cassandra, and Amy.
Yeah.
Because they have new designs, and you don't generally do that for a character that's not going to be playable.
5th strike indeed, Jade Kami. 5th strike indeed.
I still need to play 4th Strike. See if that's good.
Oh, the hack.
Pod. Yeah.
From my understanding, it is dumb, which makes me sad. Because I really wish someone would fix 3rd Strike.
No, but it's perfect though.
So perfect. I just spam forward and fierce punch with Chun-Li, and I get further than I should.
Mike Z had a good idea for how to fix the game, but
yeah, you fix Chun-Li's hitboxes.
You fix the game.
Yeah, you fix the game by fixing the game. It's a ton of little things. It's nothing big. It's just Chun-Li's hitboxes are retarded. Some moves need some nerfs. Some characters need some buffs. You patch it. Man, I'd be so happy if they would patch Third Strike. Cause I really...
That's never happening.
That's never happening.
I remember, didn't that same thing happen like, yeah, because didn't you tell me about this? When they started saying, yeah, we're gonna make, when they started talking about Third Strike Online, it's like, should we rebalance this game like we tried to do with Super Turbo? And everyone was like, no, we don't do that.
Yeah, Super Turbo rebalancing didn't turn out so great, I hear.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was. I hear that it was not good. But to be fair, when you play a game the same way for fucking 20 years, you tend to not want a new version of that game that completely changes everything.
Yeah, also to be fair, to their very, very fair credit, they offered the original and the rebalanced version, and I applaud them for that. That was smart.
Indeed.
What wasn't so smart was the way they handled the old sprites. They looked fucking terrible. But, because they weren't really the clean old sprites.
No, they were redrawn by Udon.
No. Like when you switched it from the Udon ones to the old sprites, and they were like screenshots of the sprites, and they were really blurry and bad looking.
They weren't screenshots. They were upscaled. They were just upscaled to fit the new resolution of the game.
Yeah, that didn't.
It looks like fucking shit.
It does.
If anything, I kind of appreciate that because it ironically makes the game look more consistent. Because I hate how the CPS 2 characters look so much better than the CPS 1 characters, and that they weren't redrawn to match the new art style. So making it blurrier and shittier looking actually makes it look more consistent.
And you can actually see how her back thing is clipping through her ass there.
Yeah, I can.
But yeah, where were we? We were talking about SoulCalibur and disappointment.
Should I just list off general disappointments?
List off general disappointments.
Okay, number 1. Too much fucking time being wasted between supers, reversal edge, soul charge. A lot of cool, super flashy camera angles and shit that just waste time. Supers in general waste a lot of fucking time. I need to check. I don't know how the average length of super is. I think it's like 7 seconds. Which is pretty bad.
You know what? No, I'm pretty sure supers are shorter than soul reversal edges.
No, I'm talking about in comparison to SoulCalibur 5. How long they take. Because supers did not take this long in SoulCalibur.
I swear they're longer in 5.
No, they weren't. I checked. They were not. Because remember, the first thing I complained about was the supers taking so fucking long. Because they were not that long in SoulCalibur 5. Although it kind of did depend on what character you chose, but in general, they have been lengthened across the board. Like, they're roughly around take the same time as like Zangief's Ultra 2, which everyone loved to complain about, because it was like 8-9 seconds, and the timer didn't stop. It's just like, what the fuck? Oh god, lag spike.
Lag spike.
There's a bunch of shiny new visual effects. To be fair, we're always a part of SoulCalibur.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only game in which I can think of where it's so many of them that it's hard to tell what's going on during fights sometimes. Sound design is... Moves don't have as much of them as old did.
Hold on, you're breaking up pretty bad.
Where did I stop?
Moves don't have as much something as old did. Yeah, wow, oh jeez, now your audio quality's dropping. Apparently just the internet is shitting itself right now. I wonder what my stream quality even looks like. How many frames have I dropped? Have I dropped frames? Oh, I've dropped a couple frames, but it's only 579. Would it be heretical to suggest that the Reversal Edge Initiator winning the secondly round...
Why isn't he in the stream chat so I can read what he says?
Because he doesn't have a Twitch account, apparently? I don't know why. You don't need to stream to have a Twitch account. The connection was lost. It's probably for the better.
Yeah. Yeah, you can don't get account.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I just said, Jade Kami. So he says that would it be heretical to suggest that the person who initiates the reversal edge should win the second round because they took the risk of initiating reversal edge?
That is the justification behind that. However, the problem is that there's no real risk in doing a reversal edge. Like, it takes a bit of your guard meter, but who cares? It doesn't take off a lot. It takes around, I think the same as the guard impact does, which takes off around 8%. And if you correctly impact, you get like 25% back. But more importantly, the problem is that if you just do a reversal edge out of nowhere, like you use it badly, you can get sidestepped and get fucked. But if you use reversal edge correctly, which is basically like when your opponent is in the middle of doing their own move, because reversal edge has a very fast startup, you can pretty much counter moves with reversal edge. So, which means that you, first of all, actually taking this back a second, no, you shouldn't, because your reward for using reversal edge correctly is 1, you don't get hit, and B, you get meter. You get a fuck ton of meter, which you can use for your supers or your soul charge or whatever, which are better if you just want to take rounds, basically. But no, if you use your soul your reversal edge correctly, you won't get hit because you can just counter anything, get your meter, and then like guard during the clash so that you don't take any damage. The opponent might do a vertical, but whatever. During the first round of reversal edge, if it's not going to kill you, then you have no real reason to care what the opponent does. Like, unless it's like, Astaroth or Mitsu that can ring out from half fucking screen, which completely nullifies the idea of paying attention to your positioning if you can just ring out wherever the fuck you want to. Way to go, game. Get rid of this lobby.
Yeah.
My reversal edge just basically just kind of pisses all over the idea of what, defense, I guess. It's like the best thing to do in a majority of situations. It's better than just guard. It's better than impact. Better than blocking. Like, the risk of doing it is completely minimal. Because, like, attacks are... Ah, jeez. And if you're a character like Talum or something, you can just get out of reversal edge without attacking. So you can just take the meter and run. I don't even think that absorbing attacks with I'll double check this. Let me check this right now, actually. I want to see if absorbing attacks with reversal edge will drain your guard bar. I don't think it does. Let's see. I mean, fuck, even if it did drain guard bar, you can't get guard broke. Well, you can take a guard break in reversal edge, but it becomes a lethal hit instead of a actual guard break. So your reward for getting the lethal hit wouldn't be as much as a full-on guard break. Okay, free settings. Okay, it does. You do take guard damage when you absorb attacks in reversal edge. So that's... Wait a minute. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you do not. I misread the... Okay, you don't. Actually, no, fuck. You actually gain... Holy shit. No, you gain guard meter when you absorb an attack with Reversal Edge. Holy shit. That's... God damn.
Jade Kami says, I am no SoulCalibur expert, but I dunno.
Basically, the only like weakness of Reversal Edge is that it's the attack to trigger it is super linear. But if you counter with it, it's not a weakness anymore because it will always hit anyway.
He says it seems pretty risky to him.
Well, yeah, it depends on how you use it. If you just use it in neutral, yeah, that's bad. But if you use it in the middle of your opponent's pressure, it's going to hit pretty much every time. Like, the only way to beat Reversal Edge is to hit with a guard break. And some guard breaks are too slow to counter Reversal Edge. Like, for some characters, if you see the opponent doing in the Reversal Edge stance, your guard break is too slow to knock them out of it. You can't throw them out of it for whatever fucking reason. You could do a low, but it has to be a powerful low. And because the Reversal Edge is a mid, it means that it can hit you in the middle of your low.
Jade Kami says, what about staggered hits?
Staggered hits. Okay, so that depends entirely on the timing of your opponent. Like so if your opponent is just absorbing the hits, they will absorb the hit. But the moment they let go to trigger the attack, you can hit them out of it. But your opponent can also just hold down Reversal Edge until it becomes a guard break, which is a mind game in and of itself. Like, so, like, are they gonna let go? Because if it becomes a guard break, and you're okay, so all right, well, that doesn't work for two reasons. Well, because number one, you can hold it and it becomes a guard break. But number two is that in any point when they're absorbing the attack, they can just let the attack go immediately and it will counter you. And will trigger the Reversal Edge. Like, staggered hits are only if you know it'll work, you can do it. If you know the person using Reversal Edge and how they use it, which you could argue is a mind game thing, but it shouldn't be here at all. I can't think of any inherent advantage to this system being in the game other than it being a crutch, basically.
Isn't that kind of what fighting games are about, though?
What, crutches or mind games?
I'm assuming he means mind games.
Because in a way, both are... Well, modern fighting games certainly have a lot of crutches.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you could argue it is about mind games, but the problem is that this mechanic, even if the Reversal Edge does not hit and trigger the cutscene, it in and of itself slows the pace of the game down. Because it is this entirely separate thing from the rest of the game. So it's like, now you have to deal with it. It is a graceless addition because it is not properly integrated with the rest of the game. So when someone triggers a Reversal Edge, it's okay, now you have to deal with this shit. And it feels like an afterthought mechanic, basically. It's like, we put this mechanic in to help, new players and to help pro players just ignore the game. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing. I said it before, this game, the Reversal Edge is basically for if you don't want to play the game anymore. And I specifically mentioned that because, as I mentioned before, it absorbs everything. It absorbs all attacks. It absorbs, weak hitting lows. So you can't use a fast low to keep you out of it. It absorbs throws. Guard breaks are, depending on who you are generally too slow to beat them. And if you do it in the middle of an opponent's pressure, you can counter with it, which pretty much guarantees that it will hit. So the only downside to it is, it takes a bit of your guard bar. I think like around 15%. And it's the attack in and of itself is linear. But if you use it correctly, the attack will always land anyway. But it completely nullifies mix-ups. And first of all, it completely nullifies any mix-up you can do. Because why bother when you can just RE out of it? You RE out of it, you get your meter, you trigger the attack, you get the cutscene, and now you have a chance to start your combat. I'm trying to find another mechanic like this to properly explain, and I'm having a difficult time.
There's just the weird one from Injustice.
What from Injustice?
Injustice had that rock paper scissors thing.
Actually, the wager system. I'm talking about the reversal edge attack in and of itself before the cutscene happens. The closest thing I can imagine is a focus attack from Street Fighter 4, but without. It's just a better version of focus attack, basically. Where instead of getting an unblockable that triggers a combo, you get an unblockable that leads into a RPS game that can trigger a. It's focus attack with more shit added on, basically. And my problem is that it's completely unnecessary.
Jed Kami says, sounds like a good reason not to autopilot pressure.
Yeah, but that's what guard impact was for. If people were being monsters with the pressure, you can GI them and counter.
Yeah? So, what do you say to the suggestion that a couple people have thrown out there about reversal edge costing meter? Like if they patched it so that way reversal edge costs meter to do.
Well, reversal edge gives you meter. That's one of the main reasons why you want to use it.
That's a good point. Shoot.
Because like I mentioned, like the standard meter gain without reversal edge is fucking pitiful because they want you to use reversal edge to build meter. So if it costs meter, that just means that meter in general goes down the toilet, and which will inherently de-emphasize, soul charge and supers, which is something I would personally like, but I can't say it would be a good idea because these games have now been designed with these things in mind, and getting rid of those will really just shine a light on how bad these games are made.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I'm finding really interesting is all the bugs that are starting to show up that, Aris is finding with the one from SoulCalibur 5 and stuff. It's like, yeah, those can be patched out now, but there is this part of me that's like, yeah, if it weren't for the ability to patch these things, this game would very quickly fall into the same area as SoulCalibur's 3, 4, and 5, where it has a bunch of really weird
SoulCalibur
bugs.
4 and 5 did get patched. Like, they did nerf Hilda into the ground so she couldn't do her Doom combos. But, like, as much people like Hilda, I don't think people actually like Hilda. Because she is playing as her is not fun. Playing against her is anti-fun.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. People like Hilda for the concept and design.
Hilda is an excellent design, but her gameplay is fucking terrible. It has to be reworked from the ground up. Like, her gameplay revolves around negative edge, which should not be in a 3D game at all. First of all, like it's a very god damn. Like for Negative Edge is a very 2D game thing. And that's kind of the problem. There's a lot of 2D elements of game design in this 3D game, and it doesn't mesh well at all. And they keep trying to make it work, and it simply doesn't. That's the problem. Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh yeah, I could be watching other people's replays while we podcast.
Yeah, sure.
Jake Kami says, Negative Edge in a 3D game? Question mark, happy face.
Okay, so Negative Edge. What it is, it started out as a bug in fucking probably Street Fighter 2, because God, every bug seems to have come from Street Fighter 2. So basically, the idea with Negative Edge is that when you pressing down a button registers an input, but if you hold down the button and you let it go, that also registers as an input, and you can do that to do not for necessarily for attacks, but you can use it for special moves. So if you hold down, say for an example, although you play as Ryu, you do your fireball and you press the button. But hold the button down instead of just letting it go, and then you decide to do the motion again but let go of the button, he will still do the fireball. And some characters like Juri in Street Fighter 4 were specifically designed with this in mind. You know how when you do her fireball kick, she does this kick and it stores a fireball, and when you let go of the button, she does the fireball. You remember that?
Loosely speaking.
Have you ever played Hilda?
No. Actually, wait. I played her very briefly and knew nothing about what I was doing.
Okay, so you know how... so if you play Hilda, when you hold down the button, it charges a move. And when you let go of a button, depending on... You get a really good move, which gets better depending on how long you charge. It's basically like Garog's turnaround punch. Like, you sacrifice the ability to use these buttons for a chance to use a really powerful move. And in a game like Street Fighter where you have 6 fucking buttons, you can do that. In a game like SoulCalibur where you have 3 buttons, you can't do that. The amount of moves that you're giving up to use your super move, your super powerful move, is way more drastic in this game because of how many more moves are intrinsically tied to one button. Because not only are you getting rid of just... Say I'm charging B, so I can do a big stab. Not only does that not get rid of all my B moves, it gets rid of my A plus B moves, my B plus K moves, it gets rid of my B throw. It gets rid of so many things that Hilda would be able to do at any point, but I can't do it because I'm charging this one situational big move. And now you can do that in 2D games because 2D games are really fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and charge times are generally a lot faster. But in a 3D game, where your moves carry much more weight to them, it seems like a bad idea to basically handicap. It is an intentional design flaw, is what it is. Because this character without that gimmick, Hilda without her Negative Edge gimmick is fucking terrible.
Oh, we got a winner of a character today.
What is it? Is it a dick lizard?
Kinda, sorta. It's Captain Dick.
Nice.
Yeah, he's just a dickhead.
Nice.
When souls collide, chaos.
Oh, great. You know, I just want to bring that up for a moment. Because now making inappropriate customs can get you fucking banned. That's fun. So now, if everyone would have just shut the fuck up about the dick edits, it would have been gone in like a month. Because that's what happened with SoulCalibur 5. Everyone made dick edits for the first month, and then it just disappeared because it got boring. Now that everyone's talking about it, it's going to stick around for so much longer. And even in SoulCaliburs 3 and 4, he's the naked men thing, especially Voldo, because he's fucking Voldo. It was everywhere, and then it just disappeared because it got boring. So now that everyone's making a big fucking stink about it, it's just kind of perpetuated. So people are now doing it because people are not doing it because.
Oh, were you the one who linked me to how the banning system works in this game?
I don't think anyone knows how the banning system works.
Oh, someone knows how the banning system works. They know how to unban themselves.
Oh yeah, I did link that.
Yeah, because it's like stored locally. Yeah,
that's really stupid. We still don't know for sure what even gets banned. It says inappropriate costumes, but like, what does that really mean? Dick at it, sure, but like, what about everything else that the game allows you to do? Like, I thought that they were just going to be banning hex edit characters, which allows you to do that whole cube shit.
You're right.
Which makes sense, because it is a detriment to the game, but if it's not that, I don't see the problem. Okay, so negative edge.
Yep.
Hilda without negative edge is fucking terrible. Hilda without negative edge is single-handedly the worst character in both SoulCalibur 4 and 5. So you have to use it to make her viable. But I mean, it's hard to explain because, like, that's how she's designed to play, but it's not fun to do. Playing her is not fun. Playing against her is not fun. She's just really good. So some people will just force themselves to do it. But I'm just saying, negative edge is not a good idea. Like, I'm like, instead of she had like charge moves like John Cujo in Virtua Fighter, where that's his gimmick, is that he has a lot of strings and moves that can be charged.
Holy crap, that is an amazing Woody.
Toy Story?
Yeah! Someone made a Woody from Toy Story out of Cervantes. That's pretty quality.
That's pretty good, yeah. Yeah, that's why I have misgivings about it. CIS it's alright in this game. It's not as good as 5, but it's pretty nice.
I support this fight. Woody versus Edgelord. Go Woody! Man, that is also like a really good just Dick Van Dyke head. Oh no, his shirt is off! Oh, this has gotten very interesting very fast. Oh, yes, yes. Yep. One of those times when this game really shines.
Don't you just love equipment breaks?
Sometimes it works out. This is one of those times.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
I don't like it either. Like, I wish you could choose just on each piece of equipment, breakable, yes or no. That way you could actually have equipment break in cool and interesting ways.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I prefer that it would cost way more. Yeah, that'd be fine. I'd prefer if the broken equipment actually broke and looked shredded and shit, because that essentially doubles the amount of items you can use.
Right.
Because yeah, you know, it's for regular characters, well, female characters, you can choose between regular or broken variants of their outfits.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. That, like, fucking whatever. Anyway, the point is that negative edge fucking sucks and it shouldn't be in this game. It is a terrible mechanic intrinsically due to how SoulCalibur works as a fighting game.
You know what else shouldn't be in this game? Depth of field.
No, it shouldn't.
They just add that in the options, considering all you have to do is switch an on to an off in the .ini file on PC. Shouldn't be hard to add that as just an option.
I'm trying to... I don't know why they did that.
I know why they did that, because it was a switch they could flip on Unreal Engine 3 for whatever number we're on. 4, I guess. It's a switch they could flip on Unreal Engine, and they thought it made it look better.
It only highlights that the character models are reused from 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Because you're putting this clear focus on it.
The desire for power
Yeah.
leads the warriors to the arid desert.
And sometimes just the depth of field, like, suddenly pops to a different level during the wind poses. And, yeah, like, just make it an on-off switch.
Yeah, it changes on how far zoomed in the camera is.
Make it a switch.
Just turn it off. The game looks better without it.
It really does, but I'm sure there's someone out there who actually likes it. So just put it in the options.
Well, they're stupid. Shouldn't be playing fighting games.
No, I could see it as being an advantage in competitive play because it makes the characters stand out even more from the background, so they're even easier to read. Arguably. But yes, it does look like a fucking dumpster fire.
I don't know if that's accurate. Due to how characters are designed and how the lighting works and how everything is just shiny and over designed, much like the backgrounds are, they kind of blend in more. And everything's kind of faded and shit.
Hmm.
Because, you know, you can't have colors anymore. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I can't think of a single time in like old SoulCalibur games where characters just blended into the background.
Neither could I. But yeah. One other complaint that you haven't brought up is I know you didn't like how big the stages were because it de-emphasized the movement. I remember you said that. I don't know if you still feel that way.
That is true. Yes. This game. Oh yeah, remember? Oh, another thing about SoulCalibur 5. That game has infinite stages. The only infinite stage that was in any SoulCalibur game beforehand was the Inferno exclusive boss stage, SoulCalibur 2. Every other stage had a ring out. So this is like a weird in between where they're not
infinite, but they're big.
They're not infinite, but they're real fucking big. Which inherently de-emphasizes ring outs, a primary mechanic of this game. I don't know, but I guess people don't like ring outs.
I can confirm people don't like ring outs, yes.
Yeah, I know, I was making a joke that didn't land. Yeah, people don't like ring outs. Pay attention to where you're walking then. Is all I can say. But I can't be too mad because seeing how this game, more than any other, emphasizes combos to the point that there's a large number of air hits that completely nullify aerial control, which is a mechanic designed to prevent combos.
What is with... Oh my goodness. I'm looking at the texture on the side of those very edge rocks in this stage, and it looks fucking terrible. It's like, oh yeah, the texture on the ground is great, and then you get to these edge rocks, and it's like, what happened here? Oh no. I don't know either. Oh, so unfortunately, I got some things to do. It is getting a little late, so I guess that concludes Volume 1 of the SoulCalibur 6.
Yeah, this is more like Volume 0 because we never really talked about anything.
We didn't get focused enough, but we still complained about it. Because I'm sure we'll probably just do this again tomorrow.
Sure.
I know you can keep going.
I'm just really tired, and this game is not helping.
Yeah. The thing with me is, like, like I was saying, the review of this is going to be really awkward because, of course, I'm going to sit there and complain about all these things that are recycled and all these things that are missing and the sheer lack of content. And then, of course, the response is going to be, well, none of that matters as long as the gameplay is good. And I'm like, yes, the gameplay is super fun. It's like they put real time and effort into this 11 years ago. I know, we've got the reversal edge thing you were just talking about, but... Like even outs. Yeah, go ahead. One of the things I want to say is that the sheer badness of SoulCaliburs 3, 4, and 5 is greatly exaggerated. Yeah, they have issues, but in a lot of cases, people had to really sink their teeth in and, you know, like, actually try to play them competitively before they were like, oh, wow, wait, this doesn't work competitively at all.
Well, the thing about it is that SoulCalibur 2 didn't work competitively either. That game was busted as fuck, but it's fundamentally it is fun to play.
What makes SoulCalibur 2 so busted?
Well, there was a Step Guard, first of all. You know about Step Guard, right?
I heard about Step Guard in that one retrospective.
Yeah, so that's 2G. 2G and Step Guard are not the same thing. 2G basically nullifies the hit stun of a guard impact so that you are at advantage if you get impacted.
That's a problem.
Yeah, it is. And Step Guard is a bug that allows you to basically sidestep and block at the same. It's some kind of option select so that it allows you to block while you're sidestepping. So if someone tries to hit you while you're sidestepping, you can just block. And then there's like other glitches, like Svaldo has one where he does his big turnaround kick, and if it doesn't hit, you can instantly guard cancel out of it. There's a lot of weird things where how SoulCalibur 2 handles grounded, how it handles standing and crouching states. Because technically, when you're on the floor, it's not grounded. You're technically crouching, and that leads to like a lot of weird shit. Like, if you're playing like Helik or something, or Shangwan, you have a move that puts you on a feint that puts you on the ground. You can do a floor move while you're technically still falling down.
Huh.
It's amazing. But no, SoulCalibur 2, despite it going completely to shit, when competitive, like, the game is still fun to play. And it's fast and you do damage, so I don't know. I think a lot of misgivings really just damage. If this game had like double damage, I probably wouldn't mind as much because rounds end quicker.
Huh.
I think my problem with fighting games is that they just take too fucking long to go through rounds now.
Yeah, and that's a weird thing, is that I kind of like that. Especially in Dead or Alive. I think that was a huge advantage for Dead or Alive 5, was making the life bars way bigger.
No, it was a good idea, but I think they made them too big.
Maybe just a smidge. Because
that's like, the life bars in Dead or Alive 5 are like Bloody Roar 3, where it's just too big. And then you eat a counter, and then you're fucking dead. Like, there should be a better middle ground between those two extremes, I think.
Right. But yeah, like I wanted to say, though, like, yeah, the animations are smooth and fluid, the game looks nice, you've got a decent-sized moveset, the controls are responsive and all that, and it's like, yeah, really so was every other SoulCalibur.
Really nice reused assets.
I
also want to point out that this game has a lot of attacks that were in SoulCaliburs 1, 2, and 3 that never came back. So which means that they still had the data for these moves and just never used them. Because they look exactly the same. They don't look like they've been reanimated at all.
Huh. Really?
Yeah.
So they brought back moves from 1, 2, and 3 that weren't in 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Huh.
A lot of them. A disturbing number of them.
That is very interesting. But yeah.
Because nostalgia. Hey, remember this?
Yep.
Hey, remember when this character could do this fun thing?
Yeah.
Let's make it not fun.
Let's make it fun. But yeah, that's the thing. Is like it is fun to play, but at the same time, I can't help but sit here and go,
SoulCalibur is fun to play.
It is.
I may not like 4, but I did have fun playing it, even if I didn't think it was good.
Yeah. The only one I really hated playing was 5,
And that's
that
because of the roster.
That was because of
Roster and story mode and shit.
Rosters.
No endings.
Natsu getting a shit model. Like, I love Natsu. That character model is fucking garbage. And
All
I don't...
the models are garbage because they're designed after 4, which I don't like.
But that's you don't like the models of that game. I love the models in 4, but they put so much more time and effort into 4's
No, the models are good, but I just don't like the... I guess I say I don't like the art direction of the models, is what I'm saying. They look off compared to, the older games. To me, specifically.
To you, but we're talking about me.
Sure.
Jade Kami's like 2 review scores, 1 newcomer, 1 veteran. I mean, kind of. I know before I give a silly joke score, I always give a more real score, and I know this is going to get a 3 point something. It's not terrible, and in some ways it's actually depressing how well this game stacks up with other fighting games of this current time period. I remember I was on Silicone Era, and someone was commenting on Dead or Alive 6. That's right, they were talking about how Dead or Alive 6 seemed to have the boobs back, and someone was like, someone's gonna find something else to complain about, I'm sure. And I was like, well, yeah, there's a lot to complain about. And I listed off how it's gonna lack these characters, no tag mode. Gonna lack these characters, gonna lack tag mode, gonna lack all these things. And someone else responded with, well, it sounds like you don't like, any modern fighters, because Street Fighter V launched like this, and Tekken 7
I don't.
And that was my response, was I don't. And then I got another guy who said, oh, hey, Jell, I listened to your radio show.
No, modern fighting games are the fucking pits.
They are, and I figured out why it is.
Enlighten me.
All of the companies are spending too much fucking money on their games. And their games are taking way too long to develop, and they are not putting out good quarterly reports.
I'd say they're spending too much money on the wrong things.
Well, yes, absolutely. But regardless, too much money is being spent. They need something to bolster their quarterly reports. I noticed this because, as much as I love Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is getting a freaking PS4 and Nintendo Switch release. And
did you hear about Dissidia becoming free to play?
I did not hear about Dissidia becoming free to play. I am not surprised. But we will have to get back on that later because I do need to wrap this up. But, okay, so Crystal Chronicles getting an HD version, and I'm happy about it because I love Crystal Chronicles, but I'm like, why Crystal Chronicles? Oh, right, because you ran out of PS2 games to remake. You gave me my 12, and I'm happy you gave me my 12, but I know that was begrudging, and only because you already did, like, 3 HD versions of Final Fantasy X and X-2, and multiple re-releases of Kingdom Hearts, which they just did another re-release of Kingdom Hearts. And it's like, you're running out of things to re-release, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is taking too long. But that's Square Enix, so that's one thing. But I think every company is doing that, and they're realizing, wait a second, we can cobble together a base fighting game in about a year. Because again, Dead or Alive 6 being thrown together in half a year. This game, you're saying probably 2 years on this one, it sounds like?
2 years. It is definitely 2 years. This is not a 3-year game.
Well, definitely not a 3-year game. I'm just surprised it's 2 years, because it's like, because 5 was supposedly 1 year, and I think, I don't know.
5 is literally half of a game. This is like 2/3.
But okay, point. But, so, that they realized they could churn these out really fast. Fighting, as much as I like fighting EX Layer, that was thrown together in a year. As much as I like SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, that was thrown together in a year. People are realizing they can throw a fighting game together a lot faster than other games, and then they can just release, content and updates and things for it. And so people are trying to throw together fighting games really fast just as a way to bolster their quarterly reports, because they need fucking something. Anything they can put out cheap. So we're getting a lot of re-releases, and we're getting a lot of fighting games. I joke that this console generation doesn't actually exist. This console generation is just a rerun. Because there's so many re-releases. An HD re-release of Resonance of Fate. What? An HD re-release of The Last Remnant. What? An HD re-release of what next? Did they do Star Ocean? I think they did the Star Ocean 4. I think that got an HD release as well. So they're just doing HD re-releases and as many games as they can throw together quickly as they can, and fighting games are one of them. And the saddest thing is we're not even the ones getting the most fucked over. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, as bad as the fighting game situation is, where they put out a bare bones, barely feature-filled fighting game and throw it out on the market in a year, at least they just do it pretty much once, and then they upgrade the crap out of it through DLC, whereas the people in the whole EA Activision zone, they're putting out new games on a yearly basis and doing update DLC, and then it's so much worse.
EA Activision.
That's EA Activision. It's like, and especially the sports games and stuff, and it's like, man, I feel sorry for you guys, but yeah, even still, I think that's what's going on with fighting games. I don't think Namco Bandai was like, oh yeah, we're gonna really resurrect SoulCalibur. I think they were, yeah, but of course.
They, like,
I think they had...
Who's the director of SoulCalibur 6? And they talking about how he had to fight to get Namco to approve SoulCalibur 6.
Yeah, and then he nearly went suicidal, the poor bastard. I want to give him a hug. I almost feel bad about how much this game pisses me off, but it's like...
Yeah, I wonder how he's doing.
I wonder how he's doing as well. Maybe
he doesn't have to worry, because SoulCalibur 6 could have been a fucking trash fire and it would have sold. People want their SoulCalibur.
People want their SoulCalibur bad enough that they are deluding themselves. In fact, that is part of the reason why I was like, we got to do this stream, why I'm so grumpy about it. I haven't heard a single person say anything negative about this game. I feel like except you.
Yeah, me either.
It's like I'm yelling into the crazy void.
And I remember I talked with Escaping Workforce about this. And he was like, yeah, I've never heard anyone say anything negative about this game. And I air my groups out, and people are like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's...
people are just so thirsty for a new SoulCalibur game. And I don't blame them, because I was one of them.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, but I don't know how... you know me. I routinely go back and play old fighting games because I enjoy doing that, and I don't think other people do that. So yeah, I like to think I have a clearer perception on these games than other people.
It was kind of fun. Well, it's funny with Max because, of course, he actually did go back and play all the SoulCaliburs in preparation for SoulCalibur 6, and he almost admitted it. Because he's talking about how good SoulCalibur 4 looks like. Yeah, the character models look almost as... character models in 4 look almost the same as the ones in 6. And I'm like, yeah, I wonder why, Max. Wonder why, Max.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested to see how this plays out, because I remember all of this happening with SoulCalibur 5. I remember SoulCalibur 5 being the great return to form because the gameplay speed was so much faster. I remember how 5 was sorely lacking in content, but screw you, you filthy casual. All that matters is the gameplay, and the gameplay is what's great. I remember a lot of these things, and then, after a while, SoulCalibur 5 was the bad one. And I'm like, it's gonna happen with this game as well. It's just a question of how long it'll take, and if anyone will remember how much everyone else shilled for this game during this time period. And it's also going to be interesting because, thanks to the fact that 360 isn't a thing anymore and updates are more common, Namco Bandai can make big, drastic changes to this game.
Yeah, they can, but I don't think they will. SoulCalibur 6 was abandoned Soul Calibur 5 was abandoned like 4 months after the game came out. Soul Calibur 4 got the big update that fucked over Hilda because she was too good, and then some cosmetic DLC. Like, outside of cosmetic DLC, the game's never got any real updates.
I think white folks mentioned it. Someone mentioned that apparently Soul Calibur 5, its last update fucked up movement.
Yeah, it fucked up the movement.
Yeah.
So the way Avery run is that if you, okay, so what it did was that it increased the recovery frames on your stepping, and it made it so that any step you do can only be canceled into forward step, which in earlier games, you could cancel any step in the other step except back step. And then I think in like older games, you can cancel anything in the back, any movement in the back step. So this is a middle ground between those two. So basically,
at least Jade Kami says it is not Soul Calibur exclusive, but Scrub Quotes kind of got your back there. So apparently Scrub Quotes at least is hating on the game. And the worst thing is...
And Scrub Quotes is making fun of people that shit talk games because they're bad at them. That's what Scrub Quotes is. And it's fun. It's a fun one. It's just people getting salty about getting blown up fighting games, and they submit, man, this game's shit. And then we, in Scrub Quotes, we post that to make fun of it.
Gotcha. Well, one thing... I was going to say something. I said something funny to Jade Kami earlier, where it's like, I'm kind of weird about this game because in a weird way, I both want it to sell, and I want people to hate it.
Sure.
I would like it if Namco would make more Soul Calibur.
Give it enough time, and I'm sure both of those things will happen.
Yeah, some people are freaking out because apparently the physical sales of this game are down over Soul Calibur 5, but so many people go digital these days that I don't think it matters, especially because you can only buy digital on PC.
Well, to
Lots
be fair,
people
this
move to
game
PC.
is basically competing with Red Dead 2. So...
Yeah, that too.
This game was sent to die.
Yeah, I wonder why. It's almost like Namco hates the game or something.
Yeah, it's almost like Harada doesn't want anything competing with Tekken or something.
Yeah, isn't that something? Oh, that's just silly though.
I believe it.
I believe it too.
Harada is the head of Namco's fighting game division, and he's been involved with Tekken since like 2? Definitely 3, but I think he started with 2.
Either way, yeah, I do believe it is some internal...
It's his baby.
It's his baby. I believe it is some internal fighting because they don't want Soul Calibur stealing Tekken's money.
Yeah, despite the fact that they were never competing.
Well, all companies have finite resources. It kind of makes sense.
Sure, but like, Tekken and Soul Calibur never once were competing for the same market.
Oh, no, I meant the development funds. Thing I said earlier.
Tekken makes money handle fist.
Either way. But yeah, I really need to wrap up the stream now. So thank you so much for joining me, Horseplay.
I want to point out one last thing.
Okay.
I'm probably wrong about, I think Harada's one of his favorite characters is actually Devil Jin. Guess what the custom style in Soul Calibur 5 was?
Oh yeah, I know, it was Devil Jin.
Devil Jin. And he was an NPC in that game as well that you could fight. And that's you had to beat Harada to unlock Devil Jin's fighting style. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Just pointing that out.
Alright, we will probably do this again tomorrow, because I'm sure we have even more things we can say about this game.
I love Soul Calibur so much that I hate it. That's where I'm at with this game.
Yeah. If not this, then we'll try to play 2 over the internet with Dolphin or something.
Sure.
I admit, I've barely spent any time with 2, so...
It's fine. I'm just gonna play Yun and do
wonder if I can find a save file. Maybe give it to, like...
That has all the shit in it?
Yeah, because I've never actually played Lizard Man in 2.
Yeah, that's my save file.
Oh, excellent. Hey, just send me that one. Anyway, we're wrapping up the stream. Thank you so much for joining me, Horseplay. We'll do this again some other time. Thanks,
I'll be
everyone.
sure to be more coherent next time.
Yeah, maybe we'll be able to do it earlier in the day. I make no guarantees, though. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on the game with me. Thanks for arguing with us, Jade Kami. It's good to have another point of view, so that way we have someone directing the conversation. Yeah.
Maybe we can get him on the mic next time.
That'd be interesting.